Good evening, everybody. My name is Red. You know that, and welcome to the Q&A stream. And this is going to be a good time. I got a few guys with me here tonight that are going to help me kind of sort through this video that I made and uploaded a little while ago. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. But we're going to do a more extended breakdown on the process of everything that went into this video, how it was made, stumbles, and things that kind of got in the way, and really just dive deep into this. So, before I do anything else, I want to bring in a couple of guys. First off, we got our good friend Alan
Let's
Nadeau.
go! Let's go! Let's go!
Alan Nadeau the third. He is
NATO.
a
Alan
Nadeau.
NATO the
I keep
third.
on pronouncing it Nadeau. My bad. He is a.
You're like 5 points when you
Well,
pronounce it.
well, I'm sorry. I'm only
That's
human.
fine. I ain't worried about it.
He
There's
is
different
our
pronunciations.
He is our Oregon diehard. And next up, we have another friend of the channel, Helvetica. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, baby.
Good to see you. And then last but certainly not least, regular contributor of the channel, Mr. Illogical Canadian.
Bonjour les boutins.
And I don't know what the fuck that means, but
It means hello, you fuckers.
well, there we go. Already off to a great start. This stream has been demonetized already. So we are going to crack open the PBR and
hang on,
kind of get this going. Oh, you'll be back. Now you're getting beer. Okay. I just spilled a little bit on my computer. That's okay.
God damn it.
And no, hey Akbar, how you doing, buddy? I just invited Oregon fans that I know. So Alan's a big Oregon fan. Helps lives in British Columbia. He's kind of torn between Oregon and Washington. Same point. Logical's a casual Oregon fan. So
I did not know that, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I just brought those guys in to kind of help us out with breaking down the video, but it also gives me a different perspective because I'm a Buckeye, right? I don't have the same perspective on this shit as a diehard or even a casual Oregon fan. So I am neither. I'll be there when you rip OU a new one sometime. Yeah, you'll be here whenever I get around to Oklahoma. That's for damn sure.
The only
Good to see
perspective
you,
you
Akbar.
have as a Buckeye fan is when you beat us in the fucking championship game.
And the Rose Bowl
Years ago.
twice. We'll get to that. So let's go ahead and dive in. So I just realized as I was about to bring the screen in that I didn't put the audio on my screen for the video. So I'm just doing that I'm redoing that real quick. And then we'll get started. We're gonna bring up, there we go. There's the big boy.
Imagine how funny it would be if fucking YouTube decided to demonetize your stream for copyright, even though this is.
Oh, it's demonetized already. The question is if they're just gonna outright take it down.
Fair enough.
We got demonetized within 2 seconds of this thing being uploaded when I had it unlisted prior to the start. So
yeah, because what is fair use anymore? Oh, wait,
yeah, I know fair use is bullshit. It's merely a concept. Hang on a second here. We're missing somebody.
Social construct.
Yeah,
I'm missing.
He's just in the thing with audio.
Oh, okay. He's messing with his audio. Okay, so obviously we're gonna go ahead and just kind of get it rolling here. So I'm gonna turn the volume down just a little bit because I don't want it to blast
the Ducks.
The Ducks. Here we go. Come on. There we go. All right, we're playing this by ear. So let me.
There you go.
Yep, there we go.
One of the most talked about teams in college football today. If we aren't talking about their play on the field, where during a season. Yeah, it's nice when the CEO of Nike is a graduate, isn't it? You know what those uniforms and donor dollars can't buy? National championships.
So the computer is going to be a little shitty in the quality, so we're kind of going to do a little skipping around the certain moments.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you guys want to control different aspects of it. I don't know. But
and Red goes to shit.
Well, there you go.
No, I mean it's internet for you. I mean, were you ever surprised?
Well, I mean, when he was by himself streaming College Football 25 yesterday, he was doing fine.
Yeah,
I think it's a product of
Daddy
trying to
gave him
show
a
a video and
fucking
having multiple people on the stream.
Well, the other reason is that I'm also using StreamYard for this because I don't know how to get multiple people into OBS.
Yeah,
so,
there are ways, but it's gonna be tough.
It's more convoluted, right? That you also got to deal with the fact that Reg's sugar daddy gave him the money to get a capture card for that.
Motherfucker, fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
He got his ass kicked by UConn in College Football 25 last night. Granted, he plays as Akron, so but.
All right, so since the computer quality is so shit, we're kind of going to be skipping around here a little bit. So there's going to be certain clips we're going to play. So first off, 1894. That's when Oregon began, which is about typical for most college football programs. Now, the one thing that I learned really quick is as I was going through researching other videos and other projects, there was not really much of a government body back then. I mean, you look at the fucking shit that we had going on back then. It was literal fist fights would happen on the field, and you kind of got to make do with what you had. So this was the original Oregon Ducks team right here. This was the first group. I verified that, and one thing is very clear: they're all proper gentlemen. They look like proper gentlemen. Look at these fuckers.
Distinguished gentlemen, indeed.
Delicios.
Look at their Oklahoma logo looking asses on their crests.
Hey, like you could tell they're made too. This one guy over here on the other bit, like in the far left black shirt, his is like all fucked up and shit. This guy in the center is perfect.
No, hold on. Bro looks like the early 1910s version of Brad Marchand.
Oh my God, you're not wrong.
Oh my God, you're not wrong.
That's Brad Marchand.
No, another one, right? Look at the guy in the bottom right. The guy in the bottom right, black shirt. Bro's like the early edition of Patrick Kane.
Fucking hell. God damn. You son of a bitch.
Fucking time travelers out here, man. What the fuck?
Oh, that's hilarious. So jumping forward a little bit.
Before you do. The guy that was next to the early Martian, the guy that's next to him in the white shirt, Patrice Bergeron when he was 19.
Really?
It looks it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that was a little debatable.
Hang on, I'm going to adjust this real quick because my full screen doesn't want to play nice. It keeps on highlighting shit. So bear with me one moment.
Yeah.
We haven't done. We're going to leave it like this. This is fine.
This is fine.
This is fine. So their first, at least I've done a little bit of research on Virginia Tech already from a next video. One bad habit when it comes to teams that play football in Virginia, they play in a lot of mountainsides and cow piles. At least this is a proper field. Like it's striped out, it's marked, it's good. And this is something you could see a Pee-wee team playing on, right? So that's nice at least. Now, this motherfucker in the next picture, in the next frame right here, this guy looks like he's going to kill you.
Oh, my God.
Literally, he looks like he's got, like, cracked hair. His face is like porcelain. And something looks off with this guy. Something looks really off. Now, you zoom out and you realize, oh, it's just from the picture being off. But I kept on looking at that like, that's intimidating, man. Looks like some Marvel villain.
Looks like some horror movie shit.
Yeah.
You're about to die.
Opera much?
Yeah, for real, right? Phantom of the Opera for fucking real. Hang on, I'm trying to go back a little bit to get a better. Yeah. Hang on. There it is. That's him. That's the bastard. That's Percy Benson, the whitest fucking name in the history of sport. Percy Benson.
Bro looks like the male version of Wednesday Addams.
Oh my God! Damn, Chief. Damn, you ain't gotta do him like that. I mean, you're not wrong, but you don't have to say it.
I finished KOTOR yesterday. So much on my mind still about that. 10 years old. Praying one of y'all get that reference. Somebody help me out here. What the hell is KOTOR 2? Someone help me. Yeah. While you're doing that, I mean, again, this.
Knights of the Old Republic.
What?
Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, Akbar. A little outside of my purview.
No, I know. I never heard of the game, but I know.
We don't view that nerd shit. We talk football here.
No, hey, listen, motherfucker. No disrespect to the nerds. Don't do it.
Listen.
Knights of the... Oh, it's Star Wars? Oh, well, of course I know Star Wars. Jesus. I haven't watched that.
Nerd, so I'm a sports nerd, so I'd be disrespecting myself. Hey. You know.
Of course I know what Star Wars is. I've only watched the movies. I haven't really watched much of the series. I watched a little bit of The Mandalorian. That's about it. But, hey, respect. So, yeah, this was the second Oregon team. Not a whole lot to write home about here. They did go 4-0, but if you know anything about college football from like the late 1800s when those first being birthed, you know that unless your team was on the East Coast, you would not be taken seriously. Like there was the Ivy Leagues ran college football. They were the founders. They were the inventors. They were the ones that, basically made the goddamn thing outside of Rutgers.
Back when Rutgers was good.
Like what? Rutgers, Princeton,
Yale, Harvard. Rutgers never won it technically never won the national championship, even though they were the first team. It's kind of like one of those things where and Rutgers has been on my mind too. I have done a little research on Rutgers to maybe take them down a notch, but they're already so low. It'd kind of be like stomping on an anthill.
The best thing that Rutgers ever gave us was the McCourty brothers. Go Pats!
I mean, you could take them down so much, right, that they could go all the way to Division III.
Jesus Christ! I played Division III college football. I know how low that is.
I went to a Division III college school before. I know.
Yeah, man. Wilmington College, go Quakers! All right, so here we go. Moving forward, we're going to kind of let it go a little bit further. It's probably a good thing that I'm not playing the audio because I probably this video would get copyrighted. And as much as I don't do this for the money, I do like in a few cents from that ad revenue here and there. So it's a good thing. All right, this is a hell of a story right here. This is a hell of a story. The Hugo Bezdek bit, that threw me off. Hugo Bezdek, if you don't know, if I recall correctly, I think he's in the Baseball Hall of Fame for being a manager. He managed the Pittsburgh Pirates in a couple of World Series, I think, in the 30s. He would go on to manage in the World Series in Pittsburgh for the Pirates. Legendary baseball manager.
I'm trying to see.
Hugo Bezdek.
Yeah,
look him up.
He was with the Pirates from 1917 to 1919.
Yep.
He's not in the Baseball Hall of Fame, but he's in the College Football Hall of Fame, inducted in 1954.
Yeah, and he even coached the Los Angeles Rams back when they were in Cleveland.
Yep, he was a man of all talents. I was so impressed looking up this guy. I couldn't remember. I knew he was in the Hall of Fame somewhere. He also coached. The joke of this video is, of course, like, oh, he went to Oregon, had a cup of coffee there for a year, and then fucked off right after. He won a national championship as a player for the Chicago Maroons the year before he came to coach the Ducks. I'm not. He did. Well, I don't know if it was the year before specifically off the top of my head.
Let me
The
look.
Maroons were in 1904. Hang on. This was 1906. The Maroons won a couple of natties in the early 1900s. This might be a small error on my end because
it was
okay. So this was 1906.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was before the NFL was the NFL. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he went and he had a cup of coffee in Oregon after winning a national championship with the Maroons. Went 5-0-1, just a tie. Now, in any circle of college football, this is impressive, especially so early into a school's history. The program was 13 years old at this point, and they went 5-0-1 in their region. Now, there wasn't a whole lot of teams that had great promise yet. You didn't have any teams on the level of, say, a Michigan or an Ivy League or anything like that, but like they were pretty good and they did very well. I can't remember who they tied against off the top of my head. They did pretty good, but he only stayed for a year. And I think, I'm blanking out on why he left again. Oh yeah, he went to go coach baseball in Arkansas.
Oh my god, that fucking glare on that photo from earlier. Jeez.
Hey, I had to track this shit. You had listen, I had better luck getting footage for West Virginia than I did getting footage for Oregon. And West Virginia is literally the middle of the mountains, but Oregon is so far out west that at the time there wasn't a whole lot of modern technologies out there like they had back east in the 1900s. They were at least 5 years behind everybody else.
I was gonna say, like, the East was, like more technologically superior because the Industrial Revolution and everything would have made its way into the United States and mainly impacted the eastern portion. And it took a very long time because you have to deal with the construction of railroads cross country and all that, and reliance of everything else. The East was always going to be ahead by like 10, 15 years because that was just kind of how everything started. Like, everything mainly started in the East because that's what was first.
So I just learned something. Besdick is the reason why Arkansas is known as the Razorbacks. You want to know why? Because they were known as the Cardinals until 1909. He called them a team of a wild band of Razorback hogs, which to me that sounds like an insult in some respect. But the players liked it, and they voted to change it, and they changed it. So there you go.
He's even got a plaque in the Arkansas baseball campus area devoted to him giving the name to the Razorbacks. I didn't remember the exact story, but I knew that Arkansas, he's beloved by so many universities. And even though he went to Oregon, he would come back. Like, just give it some time. He would wind up back here.
Yeah. It also says that he was noted as changing Penn State's style of play way back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, hold on. What?
Hang on. Hell.
I did type down 1906 Oregon Webfoot season. That game, November 24th against OAC, otherwise known as Oregon State. That game was tied 0 apiece.
So they lost to the Beavers, the prototype of the Beavers, I should say.
They tied to the prototype of the Beavers.
The A-type, the beta Beavers. Gotcha. Illogical?
Beavers. I'll say, why does the A on the logo there? Why does that remind me of the Oakland Athletics? Just reverse.
That's because that style of A in baseball is about as old as baseball itself. That is like going all the way back to the birth of the game. That's a very my high school used a similar A on their uniforms when it was a thing that existed. So anyway, like I said, Besdick, he would leave, and my computer kind of just froze for a quick second. It's going to fix itself. Just give it a second. And then he would eventually come back. But obviously in the interim, Oregon had to kind of get its shit together, All right, here we go. Are we working yet? No. We're figuring this out, guys, and we're going to get through the whole thing.
No,
Andrew Lloyd Webber turned his shitty fanfic into a show. And oh dear Lord, I am waiting for the Penn State video for a certain. Okay, hang on, hang the fuck on. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I don't know what he means.
Okay, let me put this to bed right now. All right, I am a comedic maker of videos. There is nothing funny about that situation at all. Like, zero. Yeah. I have thought about it because I have thought about making more serious content. I'm going to refresh the page real quick because my internet completely cracked out for a second.
Yeah, do what you got to do.
But, like, I have thought about it in the past. And the main reason why I don't is because of two reasons. Number one, I am not somebody that has been in that position. I know people that have been in that position, and you guys know what I'm referring to. But therefore, I would be afraid that I would be insensitive by doing my normal style. And second, it's not a funny thing at all. It's really not. And I don't want to make videos yet that are serious, I guess you could say. I don't want to make serious videos quite yet. And that's just because I'm still trying to build the channel up. There is a way I want to do things. I like to have lighthearted discussions and have fun. That's neither. Like the most extremes that I'm comfortable going to would be like talking about how 9/11 changed college football for this 2001 season, because that's a really interesting discussion to have. There's also been a ton of time that's passed, and there's plenty of ways to do that in a respectful manner. I wouldn't know the first fucking thing to go with diving into that video, because I don't know about you guys, but I would love to not get canceled. So even with the best of intentions.
Yeah. Like there's no way you can joke about something like that, because I remember I was a fucking kid, like looking at the news, and I would always see something about this whole thing just breaking down. Like I would watch it for years, like a year or 2 years, as it kept going on, as it kept developing. The more that came out, the more I was fucking horrified, because that's the type of shit that I'm trying to figure the right words to say. This is the shit that leads to children being fucking mentally scarred.
So, what I will say to Akbar's second comment, nothing's sacred, but everybody has a line, right? Like, I will definitely talk about 9/11 in college football at some point. That's going to be, I've thought about doing that for 9/11 this year. And I've thought about, but it's not going to be in a funny or comedic way at all. It's going to be in a respectful way. That's an area that topic, that type of discussion, that's an area that I genuinely do not know where to begin with. And I probably won't ever discuss it, because it's a really serious topic that I would need to do a hell of a lot of research on. And I got other projects that I really want to invest in more and all that shit. So anyway, can somebody get the fucking video up on their computer? And I don't know if I can get. I don't know if we can get the screen to share, because my thing is completely crapped out.
I got it.
You got it?
I got it.
All right.
I got it.
All right.
You don't need to repeat yourself.
Haha. I have it up.
All right, Alan, I'm going to add this to the stage.
Can we pull up Cynical's latest comment real quick? I want to say something about that.
Sure, go ahead.
I think the 9/11 video would fit as that is a topic that has really touched, and I'm going to say 9/11 fit on the NFL. I am actually writing a script for the entire history of the NFL right now. I plan to really dive into that. Like when I get to 2001, which is not gonna be for a fucking long time. Let's be real. Like I'm only on 1948.
Jesus fucking Christ!
I started on 1920, and I only just got to that. What's it called? But anyway, I plan on heavily divulging into that part of NFL history right there, of how it affected the NFL. Red can do however he wants it if he chooses to in the future, but I plan on really diving into that for my video whenever.
All right. Well, Alan, can you go full screen with that video, please, good sir?
Yeah.
And can you also mute it up, because I don't want to get this copyright.
Yeah.
So let's just do that. All right. Go ahead and go back to 19 a little bit further. Actually, we'll just start right there and just kind of let it go from there. So go ahead and hit play. So at this point, we've jumped through a little bit of time. Hugo Bezdek has come back to Oregon. He came back in early 1916 or something like that, I believe. And this is going over some of their season.
Sir, you should not be allowed to carry that much crack.
Yeah, and this is their legendary 1916 season where they got busted on a cheating scandal. So this is what I've demised from the whole thing. They got caught using players that didn't go to the University of Oregon to play in their games. This was a really common practice back then, believe it or not. Pause it right here. This is a really common thing that you would see teams get in trouble for all the fucking time back then. So it was really easy. It was really goddamn easy to say, oh, he goes here's a piece of paper that I wrote on a coffee table saying that he goes to the University of Oregon. No problem. So they got busted for that. This is getting where, and you can go ahead and hit play again, because this is where it gets real fucky. So, this comes out after Oregon's last game against Washington, where they tied. Washington was also selected to go to Pasadena, to play in the Rose Bowl. Here's the problem. Washington at the time was broke. I mean, broke as fuck. And they did not feel that it was important for them to take a train from Seattle to Los Angeles to play in a football game against another school, say Penn. So, and it was determined by the university they were not going to go. The Rose Bowl, the Tournament of Roses, pretty much all threw their hands up and said, well, shit, what are we going to do? And they said, okay, Oregon, fuck you, but we're going to let you play because we need another team, and you're the only other team that we can use that's semi-respectable and all that shit. So that's how they were selected to go to the Rose Bowl for 1917. So if you want to click play, yeah.
I'm trying to find how much tickets were for back then, but I cannot seem to find anything.
Yeah. And let's see real quick here. Cynical Bob Barker, age 21, in reality a 50-year-old that just worked in a local building or worked in building a local scrapyard. Pause it. And then Akbar writing on a piece of paper, at least that's slightly better than Hooters writing on their contract with Alan Kulwicki on a napkin. Okay.
That's a W reference, Akbar. Thank you.
Indeed it is. Can you explain that reference to me?
So, okay. So this is a NASCAR thing. So Alan Kulwicki was, when he competed, he was an owner driver. He drove for some teams at first, but it's like, you know what? I want to do it my way, my own team. And so Junior Johnson, the car that Bill Elliott got, Junior Johnson wanted him. The Maxwell sponsorship, Alan was going to have that, and then Junior swept in and took it from him because Alan Kulwicki wouldn't go run for him. And then, I think it was at an Atlanta race, because, Hooters is kind of a Southern thing. Mm-hmm. And one thing led to another, and Kulwicki got the Hooters sponsorship, which really helped him to propel towards eventually winning the championship. Yes, Atlanta race. Thank you, Akbar. Akbar, thank you. And there's that sponsorship and his team and just his attitude of doing things his way, it led him back to Atlanta to win the championship in a championship race where 6 guys had a shot to win the title. It was Richard Petty's last race. It was Jeff Gordon's first fucking race in the goddamn Cup Series. One of the most legendary races of all time. One of the most legendary title fights of all time, especially between the top 3 of Kulwicki, Davey Allison, and Bill Elliott that season, because you had Kulwicki and Elliott and Allison swapping lead. Allison freaking wrecking having a nasty wreck one week, getting injured, going out and winning the next fucking week a bunch of times that season because that's Davey fucking Allison.
Finish it up, Alan. We got to move on. This is going to be a long stream.
Yeah, and then, yeah. So then that's that. Akbar kind of explains that towards there at the end. Oh
shit, that's tragic.
And then so both Allison and Kulwicki died the following year. Kulwicki did both during the racing season, so Kulwicki didn't get to fully defend his title, which sucks.
You're good, Akbar. You're good.
Yeah. Akbar, don't worry about it.
All right. No. So getting back on topic now. Thank you for explaining that, by the way. That's really interesting. So despite all of that bullshit, Oregon still beat the Ivy League juggernaut Penn. Now, granted, Penn was not as big as some of the other Ivy League programs like a Harvard or a Yale or a Princeton, but they were still former national champions. And Oregon took them down, securing a 6-0-1 undefeated, if you had the tie, season, which is extremely impressive. Everybody was blown away. You can go ahead and click play on that now. And it was just an incredible situation for the Webfoots. It kind of propelled them into the spotlight a little bit. and this is actual film I was able to dig up from an Oregon documentary on their football team from that Rose Bowl that year, and it's crazy to be able to see that. You know what I mean? Like these guys, like this is legit the actual footage.
Yes.
So, anybody want to add anything to that, or are we going to move on?
We'll move on.
Yeah, let's move on. And we're going.
All right.
I think we're going into first round of Icarus, if I'm correct.
You could say that. So 1919, obviously, we had the First World War, and the Rose Bowl was, the Rose Bowl had been suspended during the war, so that when the United States entered it, at least, they were. I think it was suspended for at least a year.
Yeah,
but Chelsea, how you doing?
But that wasn't because of the war. That was not because of the war.
Okay. Oregon should have chosen White Ducks as their mascot because they're cute IRL. I mean, Puddles is a white mascot or a white duck.
Yeah. No, 1919, I think. No, that was a 1919 season. That was because of the Spanish influenza.
Oh, that's right. Okay, the Spanish flu.
Yes, the U.S. joined the war in 1917. War ended in November 1918. Spanish influenza enters the U.S. in 1919.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There you go. All right. We'll move on from there. That's obviously the trophy that Harvard was given after winning that Rose Bowl that year. The original COVID pandemic. Yeah. So the 20s and 30s, there's not a lot to write home about. Not too much interesting happened during this period. There was a lot of, middle of the road, mid seasons. They were straddling that 500 goodness for a good decade. And then here comes Prink Callinston. That's his real name, Prink. I don't know who the fuck named him that. His mother must have hated him.
Well, I'd be darned.
Kind of like a fucking prank to me.
You said 1933?
Right. So yeah, he was hired in 1933.
Oh boy.
And
so real quick, I had to look this up. Real quick, I had to look this up. His real full name, Prince Gary Prink Callison.
He chose Prank? What an idiot.
Because he would have gotten in trouble of using
Gary being too basic, but Prince before Prince was a thing. Oh my god.
I guess he could say that. I guess he could say that guy gets pussy galore.
Oh my god.
You guys been fucking with the 007 crowd again?
Oh Lord. Alan, I need you to rewind this back about 15 seconds, and I need you to unmute because I am having a little bit of a brain blank over what I was talking about in this moment. So turn the volume down a little bit. There you go.
However, Pasadena decides to invite Stanford to the Rose Bowl over you. I would say it's unjust because both teams were shut out in their losses, but Stanford lost 6-0 to Washington and beat USC on the road, while you got destroyed by USC 26-0 at USC. I'd say that's fair.
Pause it. Yeah, so that's why.
Insert USC fucking Trojan joke here.
What, you guys don't like Goldfinger? I've actually never watched Goldfinger, believe it or not.
I haven't watched. I
haven't watched the early James Bond shit.
Now I know it's a James Bond joke, though, and that makes a lot more sense. Thank you, Akbar. Appreciate you being here, buddy. We can leave we can actually turn off the mute the rest of the way at this point. Some of these things in the mid 1900s really kind of throw me off.
Callison retires and is replaced by Tex Oliver, who was not good at all. Welcome back to hell.
That's it. That's fucking it.
Was that a typo? Wait. You had it on 1937, and then now on 1948. Did we just skip over 11 years of football?
Yeah, so the reason why is because they sucked. There wasn't much to talk about. And plus, I had to get to the actual monitor. The way I built this video was, first off, and I forgot to mention this at the top of the stream. So the way I built this video was through two ways. First off, this is based off of a post on Reddit that I made back in 2018 on the R Urinane Tree subreddit. It was just an all text thread put on a comment below a picture of the Oregon Duck uniforms. And this is where this video is based off of. I found that old script. Basically, it was a script from like 5 years ago for a video I never made. I took it, I redid it, retyped up some shit, and went from there. There was a couple other coaches that came in and out between Tex Oliver and this moment here, but they were neither. Yeah, go ahead.
One, John A. Warren, back to Tex, then Jim Apkin after 1947, and he stayed. When we get back to what's gonna come up.
Yeah, so it was kind of a little bit of a revolving door there. Go ahead, Alan.
Just want to point this out. Tex's real name is Gerald Allen Oliver. Allen spelled Allen, not like my name, which is the superior spelling, mind you. All other spellings can go fuck themselves.
What?
Yeah. So it kind of, and they were not bad, but they were also not great. They were bad, and then they were also mid. So there was nothing to talk about. And in my original script, I did bring up that Tex would kind of come back midway through this decade, but I just told myself, man, we got so much to cover still. I'm going to scrap this. No one's going to care anyway, and just moved on.
I also want to point out real quick, Tex Oliver won what was then known as the Border Conference championships with the Arizona Wildcats in 35 and 36.
Yeah.
1935, he goes 7-2. 1936, he goes 5-2 and 3 because ties were a thing.
Record scratch.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then after he got done with Oregon in his first 4-year stint, he goes to St. Mary's pre-flight, goes 6-3-1 in 1942, and then comes back to Oregon 3 years later.
St. Mary's pre-flight was a team organized by the Army base at the time, by the U.S. Army during World War II.
Yes.
Yeah. So, anybody have anything else to add about good old Tex?
Nah.
I'm surprised he didn't coach a team in Texas, but I'm done.
We're about to meet a team from Texas, and it's not going.
But that would be kind of Texas ass.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to be good for Oregon. Go ahead.
After a decade of shit coaches, shit records, and a shit war, Jim Aiken would lead the Ducks back to relevance with a 9-1 season. So you're going to Pasadena, right? Yep, not at all. You and California finished tied in the standings. And despite being in the same conference, you didn't play each other this year, which is a pretty big fucking error. So to resolve this tie, a secret ballot by conference leaders would pick who to send. They sent
California
to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah. They sent Cal.
No, you know what's funny? I can kind of relate this to something. Allen versus Red tiebreaker USF.
Oh my
God. Actually, illogical timeout.
Alan, listen. Alan, hold on. Alan, listen. I appreciate the fight, but I have a girlfriend, man. I have to pass.
Oh my fucking God. Not that kind of ass kicking.
Order in the stream. I will. I'll come back to your SMU comment in a second, buddy.
I completely forgot Norm Van Brocklin was an Oregon quarterback way back in the day. So yeah, I guess that makes that 3 Oregon quarterbacks that have translated to the NFL because he was good in his day too. You know.
Yeah. So the head coach at the time, Aiken, and then I think Van Brocklin was there. Let me try and remember here. So Aiken, Oregon coach, and then Van Brocklin was calling to speak. He broke into tears because he was so disappointed. I think Van Brocklin was a player in Oregon. So here's what happened.
Quarterback.
So he was the quarterback. Here's what happened. they were tied up and everything, and it went to a conference vote. Back then, they had just a board meeting. They didn't have additional tiebreakers because they didn't have as many stats as we have these days to do said tiebreakers. So they just had a meeting. Okay, who do you think's the best team? Who do you think's the best representative? Blah, 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 blah. They were originally pretty split down the middle. No team really pushed the other. And I'm not going to get too deep in the details, but it's because of efforts from the Washington Huskies that Oregon didn't make the Rose Bowl this season. They politics for Cal to get the spot. Thoughts?
Fuck you, Washington. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Y'all are just mad because you didn't pay for the fucking tickets to take a train to the fucking Rose Bowl all those years earlier. That we got to play it. Now we got to win. So you got mad.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Jesus Christ, I didn't order a yacht.
What the f was that?
Okay. Order. Goddammit.
Red,
All right.
I need to make you the standby crap next time.
Yeah, that pissed off Alan a new one, and this was back in the fucking late 40s, early 50s.
By the way, if you wanted another reason to blame them for not getting picked, their head coach is from West Virginia, where nothing good happens.
Shit. I was just when I thought I was getting on better terms with West Virginia. God damn it.
You're welcome.
That's
What can I say except you're welcome?
No,
Hell,
Alan.
logical. What do you have to add to this?
Alan, you're wrong. What can I say except fuck? I'm not wrong.
What can I
not
say except delete this?
I said it before, and I'll say it again. Democracy simply doesn't work, says that far.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Let's not go too political, but goddamn, that's funny. It just hit me. This is like FSU last season.
What to say about you?
See, you don't need drugs. You don't need alcohol. You just need a bunch of buddies to shoot the shit about football.
Yeah, there you go. This is all you need. This is your dopamine hit, boys.
Listen, but
All right.
What we really all need is to believe in Red Hendry.
Fuck off. Logical.
No.
Fuck off. We're not going there again,
Why
please.
did you say that?
Oh
That was a Kent Brockman Simpsons reference. Nothing political at all. Yeah, sure. Sure, Akbar, sure. All right. Anybody have anything more to add here before we move forward to the expected ending here?
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. Play it.
It wasn't even close. Sure, you got fucked out of this, but it's not all bad. In a break from tradition, the PCC allowed you to play in the Cotton Bowl as a consolation prize. I wonder who your opponent was. You got annihilated by Doak fucking Walker and the SMU.
Oh, fuck.
You put sugar ball. It was a cotton ball.
I was waiting for an error.
Okay, both bowl games are in the South, so I don't blame Red for fucking that up. They're also two prestigious bowls, so. Okay,
Yeah.
Going back to my SMU comment, says Akbar.
So here's what happened, I think. But restart this little bit and then pause it at the end.
Up.
You got
Akbar's right.
annihilated by Doak fucking Walker and the SMU Mustangs. No hard feelings though, right?
Pause it.
After
Okay. So they played the legendary Doak Walker in the Cotton Bowl, not the Sugar Bowl. What happened? Yeah, I'm positive that it's correct. My script was right. My text on the screen was wrong. Here's what went wrong. When I was doing the video digging here, I did finally find a clip, but that clip is not from the Cotton Bowl. That clip is from SMU, I believe, or I think it was SMU in the Sugar Bowl a year later, because there was no footage of the 1948 Cotton Bowl on YouTube anywhere. So what happened is, I think, as I put that in there, my brain just flubbed and realized that, or just spilled the beans that footage isn't from the actual Cotton Bowl game, but it's the closest I could find because it at least was SMU with Doak Walker. That which I confirmed. So that's why that clip is in there. And that's probably why, because I just saw nothing but Sugar Bowl footage from that era. I couldn't find Cotton Bowl anything. There was Cotton Bowl for like other teams, but not SMU versus Oregon. So, and you can check me if I'm wrong on the other end, but I don't think I am. Either way, oops.
What do you mean? What do you mean check you on the other end?
Like if you want me to just double check to make sure that SMU and Oregon played in the cotton and not the sugar.
Yes, they were in the 1949 Cotton Bowl. SMU won 21-13, so it wasn't that much of a rout. The 1949 Sugar Bowl, Oklahoma beat North Carolina 14-6. North Carolina was ranked number 3, Oklahoma number 5.
Red.
Yeah.
I found footage.
You did?
Yes.
Oh God.
Whoops. Are we sure it's that footage?
Yes. I had to double check it, but I did find footage of it.
Okay. Well, whoops.
I'm sending it to you right now.
Okay. Well, it is what it is. It's fine. Look, either way.
It's easy to find.
Look, here's the deal. I did everything that I could to find Oregon Ducks footage from before the 50s. There was only a handful of video clips that I could find that I could verify with 100% certainty it was the Ducks. And if I couldn't find it, then I was just going to use still pictures. But once we got to the end of the 40s into the 50s, I was like, okay, we've been doing a picture show the entire time. I got to get some actual video into this video. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And it's just going to be nothing but a scrapbook until the 60s. So that's why I went the way I went. You're going to see a lot of Oregon versus Washington State as we go through the next couple of decades. And that's because they were the most reliable. Their film library on YouTube was the most reliable source of Oregon Ducks football footage from that era. Yeah. So that's one thing. But but the game, it like 21-13 doesn't sound like it was that close on paper, but in the olden days of college football, that is pretty much kind of what you would get with a solid win. Yeah. And Doak Walker did run over the Ducks, so we can move on.
Jim Aiken never got over the loss, and in just 2 years turned the Ducks from potential contenders into target practice for the entire conference. He was promptly thrown into the Pacific Ocean for crimes.
Pause.
Len Casson.
Go on, Hal.
And that was Icarus number 1.
That was Icarus number 1. I think that's the other reason why Washington pushed so hard, because the PCC was agreeing to send the other team to the Cotton Bowl, and Cal might have, and they wanted Oregon to just get humiliated, I think, in hindsight.
Again, fuck you, Washington. You're only good for being a connection to Canada.
Let's move forward.
And the Space Needle.
And slowly
shove that Space Needle up your ass.
No, hit the button. Hit the button, please. Hit the button.
No, I'm letting that one go. He's a little salty. I'm letting it go.
All right,
builds your asses from the ground up. Told you it was slow, but congratulations. You won the conference title and have a berth in the Rose Bowl for the first time in 30 years. No cheating, no secret ballots, no bullshit. You have earned this. It is your moment. Now why do I hear boss music? Music you heard was coming from head coach Woody Hayes in the Ohio State Buckeyes.
I'm going to pause that myself just to say, fuck the Buckeyes. Fuck off. I hope we rout your ass this season just to show Duck superiority in the Big Ten.
Oh, man. You had to run into Woody Hayes, prime early Woody Hayes in the Rose Bowl. The first time you guys made a Rose Bowl legitimately.
What a bunch
or the second time. The first time you made a Rose Bowl in decades.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, man, appreciate it. That was I was determining how best to go into that, and I just kind of thought, it kind of goes back to the old saying, only a brick wall could stop you. His name was Woody Hayes.
I know that's from Urinating Trees Falcons video. He's like,
Yep.
only a brick wall could stop you. Its name is the Eagles. So I
Yep.
guess for Oregon, it's only a brick wall could stop you. It's either a team out of the Pac-12 or the fucking Buckeyes. And then for 1 year it was Auburn for some fucking reason.
It could be worse.
Well,
It could be worse. It could be worse.
I mean,
Yeah.
at least we don't riot after we lose, unlike the Canucks.
Oh, damn it, man. What
Uh,
about the Bucknuts that game?
logical. You want to jump into this flame war right now?
I'm just letting the wall burn.
Hey, I'm
Play it.
He doesn't have to. Well, oh wait, no, that's right. I'm from Australia, but you're a Leafs fan. I had to think about that for a second.
Oh, he's got salt. He's got some fucking salt. Play the damn clip. Let's move
I'm
on.
just watching the wall burn.
Tough fight. You were no match for the Buckeyes and lost 10-7. I'm sure this won't happen again, right? You fall back.
Foreshadowing is a literary device.
And reappear randomly in the Liberty Bowl. I would say great job, but Penn State butchered your asses 41-12.
Pause. So this is not from the Liberty Bowl. This was a game Oregon played against Michigan at Michigan Stadium. Liberty Bowl footage I could not find. Just clarity there. We were in the 60s at this point. I wanted to get actual video. Like I said, this was against Michigan in the Big House. It's the only thing I could find from that era. From that year even. It's from that year when they went to the Liberty Bowl, but couldn't find the actual Liberty Bowl. It's still yet to be popped up on the internet, from my knowledge.
Yeah.
Unless the logical just proves me wrong.
Yeah, so it's like, Red, if you want to fucking give Michigan a nickname because you hate them, call them Bitchigan.
I just call them that team up north.
He can't. The Wolverines have made Ohio State their bitch the last few years.
Alan, shut the fuck up and play the video.
No, it's fine.
I
was about
respect
to
you,
say-
Red,
I was
but
about-
eat shit.
Hang on.
Help. What?
I got a better nickname for them.
What?
Marvel fuck boys. I don't care.
Pay the fucking clip. You gotta stay on topic.
It took 5 decades. I'd be impressed that you beat SMU, but they were 4-6 for God's sake. They shouldn't have even
Pause.
been there.
So it's okay, Akbar. We'll get you in another stream at some point, buddy. So no video included in this one, and I didn't want to flub it again, so I went with still photos. 4-7 SMU in a bowl game. Back then, bowls were not given out at the end of the season in the style we see today. A lot of the bowls were actually awarded pretty fucking early into the year. So what happened with SMU was they beat Navy, and Navy was ranked in the top 5 in the nation. It was a massive upset. And the bowl committee for that game was like, holy shit, they beat Navy? That's incredible. Navy is still really good right now. Let's invite them. I'm sure they'll keep winning, no problem. And then they lost the rest of their games, and they couldn't withdraw the invitation. So
Wow.
yeah. Bowls in early college football were really a crapshoot sometimes.
Fuck it. Navy ranked in this economy? No.
In that economy. In the 60s economy.
Do you want to know what's funny? Hang on, time out. 1963. Navy was number 2.
That's right. I was going to say they were in the top 5.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
It
we
was
got a
great.
rusher, but it's all the way back up to 67.
That's some fuck shit you might only find now in college football 25. If you're lucky.
Buy it now.
Yeah. Let's go.
Casanova retires to the athletic offices, which then ushers in the new era of Coach Jerry.
And this is one of my favorite moments right here.
Casanova wasn't that great. He still did a lot in his tenure. No pressure.
Oh boy.
Pause it.
Damn.
Red, I want to know, did you fart in the mic? Because that's
No.
what it sounded like.
No. Wait, Akbar made a good point. Was Roger Staubach quarterback in Navy at that time? If so, that makes sense. I think he probably was. Early mid 60s had to be, I think.
Hang on, that was 60.
I'm looking. I already have it pulled
63.
up. So, oh fuck, hold on.
Well,
He probably was.
He was quarterbacking Navy from 62 to 64.
So he was.
There you go.
That's why.
Okay.
And
Wait.
Roger fucking Staubach.
Navy being ranked in 1963. That's kind of
Yeah.
mind blowing, don't you think?
Well, back then, the game was still purely an amateur contest. You know what I mean? It wasn't as highly.
That's
I
not.
What do you mean,
saw
no?
a joke there, logical.
That wasn't the joke I was making. Alan knows what I'm talking about by that.
I don't know what the reference is here.
I said, wait, let's do it again. Navy being ranked in 1963. That's mind blowing.
Oh.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
And yet somehow Army Navy makes more sense in hockey now.
Can we move on?
Yes.
In place and was replaced by Dick Enright after years of failure.
Okay, hold on real quick. Dick Enright.
Dick Enright.
That's a joke that writes itself.
That is a joke.
That's good. That's good.
Real name was Richard
that-
Enright.
It really is.
Okay.
From here, right?
On this roof. It's burned in this roof.
No, Pete Brown.
Yes.
Okay, I need to know what the hell this is and why.
I just thought, okay, we're officially going into like they are really bad territory. I need something funny. So I looked up on Google House on Fire, trying to find some movie clip. And then I stumbled upon this weird ass rap video. And it's just this dude dancing on top of a burning house that I assume he set on fire. So that I thought
just
that
the
worked.
word fucking shit clip over and over again, but this is even funnier.
Promptly set the house on fire. Dick is sent packing within 2 years. What about this Don Reed guy? He's a Northwest
Hang
football
on.
veteran.
This
Yeah,
Guys,
Pause.
Icarus
on.
number 2.
Oh yeah, we're getting there.
Okay.
We're getting there. How many times? Yeah, how many times?
Okay, so we're going to hire this guy named Rich Brooks. Look, I know he's from Oregon State, but he's got NFL experience. Not as a head coach, but he did serve under Dick Nolan's 49ers. That counts for something, right?
Should have come for something, right? That should count for fucking something.
I mean, I
Yeah,
guess.
Do whatever he wants. We have full confidence in him. We will check back in about 10 years.
Yeah, hold on. Can we just point out the fact? Where is it? Right. Shit. Hold on.
Confidence in him.
Give me a
We'll check
second.
back in about 10 years.
wait, no, almost now.
Right there.
Tied twice.
Tied twice.
1980 was notable for a couple of reasons, actually, when it comes to the Ducks. One being they tied twice that year. I don't know. I didn't look up who it was. And there's going to be a bit that I talk about coming up.
So,
I got
Okay, who
the
did they tie against?
God damn it. I was going to look it up myself.
welcome
Kansas.
everybody to. Oh, go ahead.
Kansas. The
And-
Jayhawks. You're not going to believe this. Number 2, University of Spoiled Cocksuckers.
USC. USC.
No
USC.
way. They tied. Oh my
USC.
god.
USC. The Trojans.
Bro.
Uh,
Oh, no, real quick.
ranked number 2.
oh my god.
Oh my.
I mean,
God.
that record on its own's not that bad, but I mean, the fact that you tied twice is basically 6-5, right? In modern sense.
Yeah. Well, welcome
Yeah.
everybody to Red Does Math. Today, Red shows you what 6 divided by 3 is. It's 2.
3 + 2 = fish. Let's. And there's a couple of things in the script coming up that I kind of want to point out because we're going to roll right through it into the next thing that happened also in 1980, which is so hold on. So there was a moment that I realized as I was finishing up today that I thought, oh, this is going to look really bad if I say this. And it's because I didn't fix this in the original post on Reddit. I originally said they only went 6-5. They went 500 only once during this period of time. And that's because back then the sources I made in 2018, it was a slapdash on together thing. It needed a lot of polish basically to get to this point. So I had to re-record it today, so that way it would make sense and it'd be actually right with what is on the screen. But I originally had it wrote down that they only went 500 once, and I would have looked like a huge idiot if I had left that in there. But I still somehow missed the Sugar Bowl comments. Let's go ahead.
6-5 was the absolute best. Does this school even give a shit? Oh, he beats your brother in mediocrity, Oregon State, on a regular basis. What about the other games? You were even thrown on probation and handed a bowl ban by the NCAA for Brooks.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait.
That headline is a joke to be made in of itself.
Congrats, Oregon. You finally got your big boy pants on. You're banned from bowling for a year or two. It's all you go anyway. Just take the punishment, kid.
Yeah, LMAO. It was because they kept beating Oregon State. Hey, Beavers, go build a dam and go fuck yourselves in it. Jesus.
So the 1980 probation scandal is pretty fucked. If you want to I didn't have time to look a lot into what happened there. But from what I read, there was players, your typical shit with players being paid under the table against the rules, obviously. Mm-hmm. There was also incentives that were, shall we say, unfamily-like. I thought some prostitution was linked in somewhere, although that could have been linked with somebody else on a different program. I don't remember if it's like specifically, but basically Oregon Rich Brooks was getting away with some shady fucking shit in the late 70s. That's for goddamn sure. He was a sly motherfucker back in these days.
Welcome to the 1970s, where shit wasn't as tight as it is today.
And crack ran the streets.
Yeah.
The NBA.
I do.
Hell.
If we go 3 years ahead to 1983, we have one of the most funniest moments in sports history, where we have
Hold on.
I know this term is outdated now because reasons. The Oregon Civil War. That game between Oregon State was known as the Toilet Bowl. Because that rivalry game ended up in a 0-0 draw.
And they were both bad that year.
Somebody cue the Tank Bowl music.
No, I'm not. Do you really want me to get the sound pad out? So I can
No, don't. This is already going to get taken down. Or copyright. I don't need any more bullshit. But yeah, the main reason that I dug up after doing a little more research after the video was basically almost done was the reason why he stuck around was because they were beating Oregon State more times than they were losing. And that was really the only thing the athletic department gave a shit about back then. Because they didn't give a fuck about the football program really at all, which explains a lot of why they never really took off, and other schools like USC and UCLA did. So it's really kind of sad for the Ducks.
But why the fuck would people want to go to Oregon when they can go to California?
Right.
Weather,
they go Cal,
football,
they go Stanford,
girls, etc.
Yeah, Stanford, Cal, USC, UCLA, the four big California schools, they just ran the show back then, and Oregon was there along for the ride, just getting TV revenue once in a while. All right.
80. Why in the fuck is he still here exactly? Do you have Stockholm Syndrome? 8-4 and beat Tulsa for the Independence Bowl. All right, I guess a decade of bad experience became good experience at this point, but can you continue to improve? All right, another 8-4 season. I wouldn't call that improvement, but back-to-back bowl wins would be nice if you had won the bowl game.
Ohio State former coach Earl Bruce on the call for the Rams. Yeah. Look at that box score, guys.
5
Look at that
points in
box
the
score.
third quarter. What the
Yeah.
hell?
Yeah.
Field
there was
goal
a
and safety.
There was a safety involved. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Oregon was up. They were down actually through the majority of the game. They won the national title, I think, in the early 90s.
Akbar, wait,
Or they were
CSU was
close.
good?
No, they didn't win. Yeah.
How should I say this? They're more competent than they are now. They were
That's
competent then
true.
than now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they kept it close. They just couldn't close it out. I mean, Earl Bruce, former Ohio State head coach, was the one leading the Rams. He was a damn good coach. So, I mean, not entirely surprised at all that, the Rams were able to pull one out here. I don't have much else to add, but we're starting to reach the 90s, and we're starting to slowly approach the point where Oregon becomes competent finally.
So you said he was a former Buckeye coach, right?
Yeah, Earl
Even
Bruce
when
is a
they're
former
not
Ohio State book.
not with the Buckeyes, they're still fucking the Ducks.
I just realized that.
Fuck you,
Buckeyes! Play the goddamn video. Oh,
Play the
shit, this is
video.
funny.
We're gonna suck now because our best players are graduating, aren't we? Fuck. Maybe we should fire
Ding.
Brooks. Wait, we did it?
Oh no! We suck again!
We suck again!
Okay.
What are they
Oh
doing
my
to me?
God.
Nothing but Ducks. Oh.
Oh, no!
What the f was that?
You know, when I was 7 years old, I saw a banana. And of course, that changed my life.
Akbar. Boy, you are on it tonight, man.
You know, when I was 7 years old, I saw a banana. And of course, that changed my life.
What the fuck are you talking about, Illogical? Stay off.
He
Well, that's a
he's
live in the
flabbergasted.
show!
If you go back ever so slightly, you'll see something at the very beginning, I think, of this clip. Yeah, there it is right there. It was the third quarter, and the Ducks were up 29-10. They blew the lead and lost to Wake Forest, who won their first bowl game since the late 40s this day.
Oh, the Independence Bowl in that one too.
Yeah.
Alan,
Yeah,
do you need-
Wake Forest, the college is probably most known for Tim motherfucking Duncan.
Ooh.
Oh, it was
Alan, you look like you need some alcohol, my friend.
yeah.
I don't drink, and if I did, my dad would kick my ass.
Well, there you go.
He needed to drink a 2-liter of this.
What is
that?
that?
It's Coke.
If they made 2-liter bottles of vanilla Coke, I'd chug that shit.
I think they do somewhere. You might maybe go to a Costco. They might.
I'm not.
Hey, don't you diss our Spurs
I'm
Lord and
not
Savior
dissing
Tim Duncan.
I'm just saying that's what Wake Forest is known for. It's like Georgia Tech being known for Calvin Johnson, Demaryius Thomas, and Roman
Double Dan.
motherfucking Reigns on the same goddamn team.
And double
Yeah,
Dan.
that was a thing. Moving on.
Good Lord. All right, let's move on.
Suck again!
Yep, you suck again. You even went 6-6, found a back door into the Independence Bowl, and lost a heartbreaker to Wake Forest in '92 just to punch your fans in the dick.
The obligatory Seattle Mariners joke.
When the hell will it end? Why the fuck does Brooks still have?
Yeah,
Look at that
right
stat
there.
line.
Right there.
Yeah, first bowl win since 1946.
Also, what is this sponsorship? Poland Weed Eater? What is that sponsorship?
Hey, you know what, man? The Bulls were starting to slowly kind of get their shit together in terms of like organization and getting teams in there that actually could play, and it made the games a hell of a lot better. But the sponsors were pure ass. Like the sponsors were pure fucking ass.
I need
man.
independence from this weed shit. Jesus.
I mean, the Sugar Bowl was still sponsored by the United States Sugar Association, which was the goddamn talking heads in Washington D.C. to the politicians. So
Lawn turfing, I'm guessing. Fair.
punt turfing, I'm
Alright.
guessing. Yeah, more than
Have a
likely.
job. You went 9-3, a definite improvement, but
Woohoo!
not legendary.
Interception.
Thing is, the
The
entire
legendary
Pac-10 decided
interception.
to phone it in all season, and you went 7-1 in conference play, which wins you your first outright Pac-10 conference title. Congratulations, Ducks. You are going back to Pasadena. Hey, look, it's Penn State.
Pause. Hey, look,
We're
it's Penn State.
Penn State.
And
Oh, hi,
ding,
Mark.
we're dead.
Like, oh, hi, Mark.
Alan, I know you saw this earlier, but I don't know what else to describe. I thought I was going through the highlights. Okay, which clip do I use for the video? And then I saw this. I'm like, yeah, that sums up the game pretty well.
Alan, you get enough salt? I need some for some of my fries. Can I have some salt?
Why don't you play the clip, and then maybe you'll get some salt.
Play the clip.
Play it.
I don't even know what the final score was. I just know they whipped your ass, man.
I
Oh,
have
look.
the score. I have the
Oh,
score.
what is
Leave it. Shut up and leave it. Just watch this shit. Watch this.
Bam!
I know that's Kajana Carter, and he was good in college. He got drafted, number 2 overall to the Bengals, and then went to shit. But god damn it!
He got injured to shit, yeah.
Tackle him. Watch
Hey,
this angle.
hey,
Watch
hey,
this angle.
Alan, have you ever tried to stop a moving truck in motion?
Oh.
Because that's what he was. He was a fucking truck. Because he trucked that son of a bitch.
Okay. Not saying anything. I already said it earlier.
Hold on. Shut up. Everybody shut up and let's just watch this angle that you're about to see.
Brooks decided to pack his shit and fuck off for the NFL.
Pause it.
Years of
It took until this moment when they made the Rose Bowl and got destroyed. What was the score, by the way?
We'll find out. Hold on.
38.
No, you won't.
No, I got it on here. I got it up. 38 for Penn State, 20 for the Duckies.
Solidly defeated. It wasn't until they got smoked by Penn State when he said, you know what? This isn't for me. I've done enough. I'm going to the NFL. After going through a decade and a half of mediocrity, Brooks finally gave up the reins, and the athletic department made a wise decision. They weren't going to fire him. They didn't give a fuck. They didn't care if he stayed there until he died. Like, well, he could have been there well into the early 2000s if he really wanted to, but he didn't. So that is just that, like, that you got to remember, Rich Brooks leaving Oregon was the best decision that was ever made for the Oregon Ducks.
Yep.
That's the long and the short of it there.
Then he had 2 mid-seasons coaching the Rams, and then he left coaching after 1996 until coming back to Kentucky in 2003, where he goes 4-8, 2-9, 3-8, 8-5. Woo! Wins the Music City Bowl. 8-5 again. Wins the Music City Bowl again. 7-6. Wins the Liberty Bowl. 7-6. Loses the Music City Bowl, and is done after 2009.
Yeah, it's amazing. He did far more in a shorter time for Kentucky than he ever fucking did for Oregon. Just straight up. I don't know how else to say it. He held that team back for literally over a decade, and it's so sad. Like, I can't even make a joke about it. They literally had Stockholm syndrome with Rich Brooks.
You all the way is gone. Good fucking riddance. In response, Oregon decides to elevate their offensive coordinator Mike Bellotti rather than
Again,
look to hire
watch
outside for
this clip. How do you not even have the ball out?
Every other strategy they've tried.
The Oregon defenders are.
Let's see
The Oregon defenders are. Let's go. The Penn State running back is women. The Oregon defenders are Allen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Too much.
Okay.
What the
I'm sorry,
was that
but I have to make the joke.
Let's
I'm
just
sorry, but
settle
I
down.
have
That was
Bellotti
rough.
Single-handedly undoes
Happier
defensive
times now.
mediocrity in a few short years, from barely hitting 500 to consistently making and even winning a couple bowl games. This is a level of success never before seen in Eugene. Surely the promised land is upon the horizon.
They won 3 out of 4 bowl appearances towards the end of the 90s, if I recall correctly, under Bellotti.
Yep, I'm looking at the thing here.
Yeah.
Vegas Bowl, win against Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Aloha Bowl, hit in the dick by Colorado.
Mm.
Yeah.
And the Sun Bowl win against Minnesota in '99.
Which is from this clip right here. So that immediately, in the short amount of time, hang on, have you gone to Dollar General A&M? That's why I call Kevin Sumlin. Half the cost is Jimbo with the same result. God damn. Nobody stay from the Akbar fan tonight.
That sounds like a joke that Urinating Tree would make.
Fuck yes.
Or
man.
Red,
Fuck
for
yes.
that matter.
Fuck yes.
I would have said
Bellotti,
urinating red.
Fuck off.
Oh no,
it's Red Tree. What are you talking about?
Red Tree's good.
I'm not urinating tree. Anyway.
Yeah, you don't.
They need. I'm not gonna bullshit. They need to build a statue of this fucking coach. If it wasn't for Bellotti in the late '90s, the Ducks would not be where they are right now. This is the moment when Oregon arrived in the national conversation. These 3-4 years at the end of the 90s, that is when Oregon turned the tide and began to start being taken seriously, and the university itself started to take it seriously. Again, that was an SEC Shorts joke. It was from their teams getting their L's video this past. Jesus Christ. I need to watch that shit.
You watch that shit too?
I need to watch that shit. That's funny. So, yeah, this was the beginning of the first big wave of success for the Ducks. And also, very importantly, the arrival of Mr. Joey Harrington. Play the clip.
Rising. All right, look, a Rose Bowl bid and outright.
Except we got to get through this first.
Yes, you lost to Wisconsin early in the year, so a natty really isn't in view. But a Rose Bowl berth would be just as
what
good. Don't blow it.
Fuck, you missed.
Moments later.
Unfortunately, this was one of those few years the Beavers were actually good. You lost the Civil War and have to split the Pac-10 championship.
Wait.
Instead
keep
of
going.
Roses in Pasadena, you get Texas and San Diego.
Jacking for the Lord. Pause.
2001, the year I was born.
We've come to modern
3
times.
weeks after 9/11, exactly 3 weeks. Born the same week that Tom Brady made his first career NFL start. Born the same week that Jimmy Johnson made his first NASCAR Cup Series start. Born the same day as Mahatma Gandhi, Sting, the singer, Kelly Ripa, and a whole bunch of other people.
I was born a month after Penn State annihilated Oregon in the Rose Bowl.
Wait,
Fuck
what?
off.
I was born a month after the Rose Bowl between Penn State and Oregon. Oh, Alan. Oh,
I'm
Alan.
going to Logical's house and kicking his ass. I'm going to come to yours and kick yours.
Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Yeah, Akbar, I think you might be a little older than me. I don't know. I think we talked about this before, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Meanwhile-
crazy.
Hang on 1 second. I got to send a text message. 1 moment. I'm still here, though.
Yeah,
text message.
Yeah, it's called I Have a Girlfriend.
Last season's disappointment and roared
Congratulations.
your first 11-win season in program history.
Welcome to the club.
Quarterback Joey Harrington is a Heisman finalist. AP poll has you ranked at number 2 in the nation, and you are projected to be heading to the BCS National. What the?
And here comes the fuckery.
Here comes,
Here comes the
sun.
fuckery.
Here comes
What
the
do you mean
sun.
the BCS
Do, do,
placed
do,
you guys
do.
fourth? Who went ahead of you? Nebraska.
Fucking Cornhuskers!
I mean,
Leave it
look,
there.
Nebraska makes, listen,
Thing.
Nebraska makes not Nebraska. Miami makes sense. That was
Well,
unanimous.
yes,
That makes
yes,
sense.
of course. That's fine.
But you let Nebraska beat.
Nebraska, who then proceeds to get annihilated by Miami in the championship game. Go watch Red's second part of his fucking PCS fucking.
Yeah, so for the lack of okay, Alan, let's just remember this was in 2001 to 2002. Let's turn it down.
Yeah,
And tone it down.
Okay,
I'm
just
allowed
tone
to
it
be
down.
mad in
We don't get
hindsight,
to-
fucker.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hate
I
to tell
get
you
it.
that we have somebody on
So-
malfunctioning with our Allen experiment. So they're
Oh, what?
I did not anticipate this level of anger from Alan, and I'm not regretting it a bit.
You're a Buckeyes fan. Fuck off.
I can't do a Buckeyes vid. We've won national championships.
I said you're a fan.
Oh, I'm
Hang
a
on,
fan. That's true.
Akbar's questioning. Are you asking me about me on Tree server or in the USF server?
he's the same
you-
bastard on both.
Also,
no,
if we want
not,
to talk about
not
teams
in
getting
US,
fucked, look at Maryland.
not in Tree because I
6,
renamed myself in
6, but
Tree.
they ended up in 10th. How the fuck
Yeah.
did that happen?
The BCS was totally broken. Go ahead and finish up this section of it, and then I'll go in a little more depth.
Let's go. How?
Oh yeah,
They didn't
hang
even
on.
win
Yeah,
that conference. Hell, they didn't even play in the Big 12 title game. Oh, wait. I explained all this in my BCS video a while back, but to sum it up, they were left out because the BCS computers were really bad at the one thing they were created to do: determine the teams that were most deserving of.
Seriously, toddlers could not fuck up this
So,
hard.
full disclosure, I was a little lazy here, and I just ripped this out of the BCS video because it's the same thing. We were talking about the same points, and I just recycled this clip, and I just left this in because it's still accurate. A toddler couldn't fuck this up. Oregon was ranked number 2 in the US Today and the AP polls, the coaches poll and the AP poll. They were number 2 solidly, no doubt. Nebraska lost to Colorado, who ended up winning the Big 12, and yet they were ranked still above Colorado, and Colorado was still ranked above Oregon. So it just really, I still to this day, I did a whole video on the BCS and I broke this down into more detail. I still don't fully know how they fucked it up this awful and this bad. And I think a big part of it just kind of goes back to the old, they trusted the computers way too much to do things that humans can do.
Oh,
Simple as that. I think
Yep.
that's the biggest thing. They got too complicated with all the technology. This, you gotta remember, this was also right after the dot-com bubble burst. So the internet was still this brand fucking new thing. You know, you were still logging in with AOL. And I mean, AI could still probably pull this shit off better today than your AOL, math back then. But it just, Oregon got fucked, man. And it's as simple as that. They got fucked here. And I don't think any modern college football fan who was around at the time would disagree, especially with the results in the national championship. Hell,
Akbar just sent me the clip
okay.
What clip?
about the dollar store Jimbo.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh,
Maybe we could play that later at the end of the stream.
Yeah, let's play that at the end.
Of the national
All right.
championship. Miami would later rout Nebraska in the title game, proving the BCS to be absolutely fucked. It was so fucking bad, they had to go back and change the algorithm so this kind of shit wouldn't happen again. Spoiler alert, it still sucked balls afterwards.
2011 and
If you want a
2012, how
silver
you
lining
doing?
to this story, you got to beat the shit out of Colorado and win your first major bowl game in almost a century. That's a great accomplishment, and nobody could take that away. But the BCS did to you what the PCC did in 1948, just with computer technology and not secret ballots. You were probably denied your true destiny by factors completely outside of your control. What a shame. You would flop around like a dead fish for the next few years, barely making bowl games and losing every single one. All that promise you had in 2001 evaporated into thin air.
Thanks,
All
Zach
hope
Barr.
seemed lost in Eugene. Celebrate your misery by wearing some of the most god-awful alternate uniforms in college.
Pause. So I think you guys saw the baby poop green helmets that they were wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord. That was an ugly shade of green. This uniform combo I thought was the worst. They had that like steel hatch mark on the shoulder pads. And I did a little bit of looking up as to why that's the case. And supposedly at the time, Nike thought that this type of jersey design would allow two things: more aerodynamic and also harder to grip for defenders. And they eventually figured out that it was actually, you just got to make the jerseys tight and have form fitting to the body. So like modern college football jerseys, they are really, really tight on you. They fit really close to the body so that way people are not just able to just grab you by the jersey and throw you back. But they were getting there at this point. And this was really also when you start to see Nike kind of be the uniform test factory with Oregon in terms of all these different combinations, which for better or for worse, it's what Oregon's known for now.
Football. Oh, and this.
Here and a crack there amidst the smoke of what looked like a dinosaur egg.
Oh, not Mandrake.
Obviously not identical, by the way. Was born.
Oh, look at that ass. Look at that ass. Good Lord.
Mascot I've seen.
He was packing some cake.
2024, everybody.
Okay. Akbar, I was going to get there.
Moving on.
No, we're going to talk about this. This needs to be talked about, goddammit.
Okay.
So,
may I?
Yeah.
So.
Go ahead, Hell.
During I think like in the late 90s, they decided to do something a little bit special and try and do a different duck that was separate from what was known as originally Donald Duck, but we know him now as Puddles, otherwise known as the Oregon Duck or the Duck. Long story short, they decided to try and do this as like a pseudo replacement now and then when we have to deal with him. The worst problem is this one was designed by Nike.
Of course it was.
He only lasted a year.
So and then the second question, what was that other egg you showed? That is from the 1990 Survivor Series in WWE. There's a funny story that if you know who The Undertaker is, and in the in a documentary he did recently, he thought what ended up happening was they had a wrestler dressed up in a Hector Guerrero. I was gonna say it's somebody Guerrero.
He's related to Eddie. Yes.
Yep. He's he's a member of the famous Guerrero family, and so Hector dressed up as a turkey, the gobbledygooker. And at Survivor Series, he exploded out of the egg, did a little dance with Mean Gene Okerlund in the ring, and was never seen again. And they promoted that egg for weeks. And like it was this big deal, and nobody bought it. And the reason why I bring up The Undertaker is because he thought he was going to be in the egg. He had just signed from WWE. It was absolute, and everybody was ribbing him or giving him a joke, saying like, "Oh, we're waiting to see," because he kept on seeing the promos on TV of Eggman, and he thought that's what was going to be him. And no, he got a call one day from Vince, and it was like, "Is this the Undertaker?" And that was where the Undertaker began. So, a kind of a neat connection, but I think the Mandrake did a little better because he lasted longer than the Survivor Series turkey did. So, and then also I just to go a little more, his actual last sighting was at an Oregon basketball game in 2003 per the Wall Street Journal. And then Oregon also did an April Fool's Day joke in 2012 or 2013 where they posted a picture on Twitter of Mandrake and saying, "Hey guys, we're bringing back Mandrake this season." And they obviously everybody flipped their shit like, "No, please don't do it. No." So
also look at Billy's second comment. That's so fucked.
God.
That duck is built like hell. You live near where Undertaker went to? That's great, dude. That's awesome. And that's a shame. Rest in peace to Shelley Duvall. Vol, any video idea? I'm going to touch on this real quick. I'm not going to do Tennessee. If I want to do a lot more of these kind of essay styles where I just roast a team, Virginia Tech and Wisconsin are on deck. I haven't decided which one I'm going to do yet. So
also, Billy, you had Peyton Manning, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Peyton Manning too. I could talk about you guys from the last like decade and a half, but that'd be a short video. All right, let's continue. Get past Mandrake and this first design. Oh, he was also really athletic too. Like he was actually able to do. The other reason they had him wasn't to replace Puddles, but it was because he could do a lot more athletic tricks and shit than Puddles could. Obviously.
Why did they get rid of Puddles? Oh no, not Puddles, on Mandrake.
Oh, one more. Let's talk about Puddles for a second. It's not like Oregon is doing this and Disney just doesn't care. Walt Disney himself gave Oregon the license to use their version of the Donald Duck mascot. Disney personally signed off on this back in the 40s. So there's a comparison there because Oregon has the rights in basically perpetuity to use the likeness of Donald Duck for their mascot. That's why Puddles is still there today. So big win for Disney. And then
heads up. I am technically looking at the Wikipedia page about Puddles as we speak. They removed the costume trademark for the Donald when they were trying to name him Donald Duck for Oregon, but now we know him as the nickname Puddles, which I think is a better nickname for him.
Yeah,
it is.
The question I asked was, why did they get rid of Mandrake?
He wasn't popular. Nobody liked him.
Grade A shit. And you wonder why he was given nicknames like Duck Vader, Robo Duck.
Robo Duck.
They were trying to be cool and edgy, and it failed massively. Maximum Mayor. Kind of just went over 2007 in Dixon. Man, 2007 is a video on its own. Okay, I can't keep touching on 2007. It would have added another 5 minutes, this fucker. And I worked on it for a month. Okay?
Come on.
Akbar's talking to Vol Bill about it. Hendon Hooker is the best quarterback in the nation. I did it to Peyton, and I'll do it again for old time's sake.
No!
Vol!
Don't
Vol!
What the f was that?
Can we not? This is a family-friendly Christian server.
Red, shut the fuck up. No, it's not.
You're right. It's not.
Hi, nice to see you in the chat.
Rod Moore vote. Let's move on now, please. We're halfway through, and we are only in 2008.
Later, you are back on the cusp of contention. However, Bellotti won't stick around for the ride as he retires. Whoops. Oh. Welcome your new head coach, Chip fucking Kelly.
Dun, dun, dun.
Chip fucking Kelly. Just want to point that out.
What?
Yes, I am also from New Hampshire.
Inaudible.
He comes out and builds upon the foundation laid by Bellotti and promptly.
The fuck was that fuck you I just heard? Was that
illogical.
In the video?
No, he didn't say.
I said inaudible.
Inaudible, like we couldn't understand what you said.
The foundation laid by Bellotti and promptly gets all.
Okay, it wasn't there that time.
Yeah, like I said, it was because of Illogical just pointed out that we couldn't understand what you said, and I had to clear it up that he was from New Hampshire.
Yeah, inaudible.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, so that was also inaudible, apparently, which is what we're trying to fucking avoid, guys.
Noted New Hampshire native Chip.
Oh, Billy! Damn it, Billy!
I have my own.
What the f was that?
Motherfucker! I have my own therapy bill to deal with. Fuck off!
All right, let's move on.
TMI, bud. TMI.
Success of his first season. Despite a loss to Stanford, you still win out and clinch a Pac-10 championship. You're going back to Pasadena again. That's the good news. The bad news is Ohio State.
Bad news.
There it is.
The bad
you
news.
Guys got trestle balled hard.
Oh my God! It's raining salt outside my house. Thank you, Santa. Thank you, Santa Allen.
I will drive to your house with your ass. Just
And
saying.
he will only raise the middle finger as we speak of this inexcusable moment of a joke.
I love how you guys are talking more trash to Alan than I am.
IQ?
And my team has been the biggest source of his
Wait.
pain.
Alan, wait.
To be fair,
Wait,
my
Alan
pain
with the
too,
two,
but I make
hold on.
jokes on both sides, so I don't care.
To Alan with the two middle fingers. IQ?
Come on now. All right. Let's turn it down a notch again. Come on. I don't want no feelings hurt. We're all just having a good old time. Let's continue.
Chip Kelly
Having a good time
horribly on
shit talking.
defense. Ohio State beat your asses easily. Ducks go 12-0 and finish the
Hey, look at that. Number 2.
season number 2 in the nation. This time the BCS doesn't fuck you over. You're going to the national championship.
Pod.
And there it is.
We've arrived at that game.
Game 1 of pain and suffering.
Game 3 of Icarus flying. Well, would this be number 4 or 5 of Icarus flying too close to the sun, or Puddles, I guess, flying too close to the sun?
I'm going to say this is going to be the third. I'm going to say number 3.
Okay. Because we're going to, I know that the Rose Bowl is brutal, but I mean, and by the way, I want to elaborate on something. Chip Kelly, I should say.
You said Jim Tressel and Chip Kelly at the same time.
Yeah, well, I honestly do think Chip Kelly is one of the most overrated head coaches to ever coach in college football, bar none. And the reason why is simple. His best 2 years were the 2 years after he took over from Oregon legend Mike Bellotti. He still had his players. Okay? Why did that dude that? Why did I do that? I don't fucking. What the fuck? Why does this do that? What the fuck? Hold on. What the fuck?
Yeah. My question is, are you using like some sort of software to deal with that or something?
No, I didn't. This is the same setup that I did the last time I did one of these on StreamYard, but okay. Cool. Thank you, StreamYard. Go fuck yourself.
Do it again. I want to see more balloons. Yay!
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me do a solo real quick. All right, you ready?
Yeah. You look like a high school girl trying to take a selfie.
Yeah, I know. Even though I look about a quarter of the good at that. Anyway, so basically,
wow,
a damn big sleigh.
All right, let's go. Come on, let's get this pain and suffering over with for Allen. He's down bad right now.
16-11 at the half, and somehow Auburn even got a fucking safety on you. There is still time to shift momentum.
Yeah, it took until the end of the fourth.
And they've got it. Harris jumps on it. He realizes he's got to make a play. He
what a play!
Did that on Super Newton of all people too. That was a real big play right there.
Bro,
big brain play.
I was gonna make a joke saying, "Oh, he didn't go after the ball, just like Super Bowl 50." He kind of can't when the ball bounces like 5 yards away.
Yeah, he got that ball got hit so hard and rocketed across the next 5-6 yards. Like nothing he could do about that. That was just
yard.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
Hard, dude. It's hard.
Said yard. I wear glasses. I'm not deaf.
Okay, whatever, buddy. Let's move on.
Also, there was a little bit of controversy on this in this season too.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh
yeah.
The original.
TCU.
Oh fuck! I forgot.
TCU.
Yeah, go ahead.
Take a look at that one, and when you can.
Yeah.
But there's another one. But this was team internal.
Yeah. I think I know what you're getting at, but feel free.
Do you want me to tell you what happened with the Ducks team?
Yeah. Yeah, go for it.
How much more painful can you make this?
Hang on. The quarterback that was originally supposed to be the lead quarterback for this year, Jeremiah Masoli? That's if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
I remember that name, yeah, Masoli.
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
The whole season, and due to the fact that he got shoved to the slammer for second-degree burglary.
I think Flumlo Raps did a video on him years ago. I remember watching that.
Hold on, scratch that. So
we also had two people suspended.
So okay. Can we also accuse that Masoli a first-degree robbery of robbing Oregon of the national championship this game?
No, that's
Can you shut
because
the
it
fuck up,
wasn't
please?
Oregon's fault. It wasn't his fault that him not being there. Here's the thing. You're going to see the clip here in a minute. And when you see the clip, you'll realize that even if Masoli was there and they were in a similar situation, his presence would have had no effect on the outcome of the game because of the last 2 minutes.
Let me just say this. If you think them not tackling Kajana Carter was bad, what you're about to see is so much worse.
Yep.
Roll it.
Michael James goes
Not
far
yet.
left.
Not yet, though. Not yet, though. We get to
Yeah, we're at the good
we
part
get to
still.
see
This is still the
Oregon,
good times.
score.
Davis
Not yet.
at the 10-yard
Give it a
line.
minute.
Up.
You'll see.
Little pitch on the inside.
Touchdown, LaMichael James.
That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Good old
Maybe Chip
Michael
Kelly isn't a
James,
hack after
Patriots
all.
legend, I think.
I think he was more known. Well, I don't think he was ever on the Patriots. You're thinking of Garrett Blount.
I am
James
thinking
was like-
Legarrette
Yeah,
Blount.
Blount.
Okay,
LaMichael James was like with the Niners and a couple of other teams.
that's
But
right.
anyway,
Okay, yeah.
Roll the clip.
The freshman is
Let it play.
down at the 46-yard line. Pleasant, and he gets back up. Dyer gets back up. Was he not on the ground?
All right, we can pause it here. So, for the sake of time, I skipped ahead just straight to the field goal after this. There was another play over the middle of the field that got them even closer to field goal range. They thought there was a touch. They even about scored a touchdown at one point, but he was down short at the 1. Yeah. So if you go back through and you just play the replay from this is why
Hold
a
on.
coach.
What?
Yeah, but
You
this
had
is
it
why
here.
you
had
always
it
say,
right
here.
What the fuck happened to waiting for the whistle? Thanks to that blunder.
Yep.
Auburn is in field goal territory. The Tigers are setting up to kick the game winner.
Auburn wins the BCS National.
yep. So, yep. They ended up getting the ball a little bit closer about 2 plays later, and that was all she wrote. Yeah, that's why you always play to the whistle. There's no other really, nothing else you can really add to that, you know? Fuck. So,
Fucking
yeah,
game.
it is what it is.
Championship.
That was it.
You come back the next year and win the inaugural Pac-12 title game. Sadly, we all know what's coming next. You get invited to Pasadena and get blown out by some Big Ten team. Wait, you didn't? You actually played up to your full potential. You finally won a fucking Rose Bowl? Holy shit. May the ghosts of Harvard and Ohio State be damned for eternity. The Ducks are fucking here to stay.
Not for long.
Okay. Not for
And that
long.
was Badger.
By the
We
way,
got- we had to deal
I
with
have a
Badgers.
Marcus Mariota jersey, I think, in this sort of format. It doesn't fit me anymore, but I still have it, and I've kept it because I want to. So, yeah.
And I also want to say this as well, because I'm also looking at this as well. The team that they versed, I think, at the... wait a minute. Someone was in the top of the thing, but guess what? They couldn't play in the championship game.
Oh, God.
Red's gonna laugh with me, and we're all gonna laugh at this. They got to,
Yep.
they had to deal with a bowl ban too, I think. with
Yep.
This one.
Yep.
The
Tattoo gate. That's what
University
you're
of Spoiled
referencing.
Children.
Yep. Yep.
It-
I think Tattoo Gate was happening around this time too for Ohio State, but yeah, USC was currently beginning their punishments after the Reggie Bush scandals from years and years ago, I believe.
Yeah.
Marcus Mariota, another Heisman bust. Sorry, Allen. Yeah, and Allen replies in
He
kind.
wasn't. Yeah, Mariota
Yeah.
wasn't even on the team yet, so
Yeah, actually,
We're gonna get there.
we're jacking a little early here, so let's move forward.
Jacking? Really? What the fuck?
I think it's San Diego. That's my fault.
Anyway.
Shouldn't have said that. All right, let's move on.
You are number 1 in the nation and currently in a heated battle against number 14 Stanford. Your normally high-octane offense has been stymied by a wall of fucking trees.
Go on. I didn't say
have
anything.
to
Go on.
fucking laugh at that for a second. Stymied by a wall of trees. Ironic because Oregon is
Unfortunate.
surrounded by them.
Yeah.
Moving on.
You still lead 14-7 in the fourth. Just toughen up on defense.
Ertz hangs on.
Zach motherfucking Ertz.
The killer of ducks.
No, they
Fuck off.
said it was down.
Or is that Kevin Hogan? I can't remember.
Over there by
Maybe
Zach.
both.
Kevin Hogan will be the quarterback.
After review,
Yeah.
the receiver had control of the ball when he returned to the ground with his right.
Oh, hey, it's what the fuck is a catch? College football edition.
It was a catch. You only needed 1 foot down in college, man. Come
I
on.
know
And he got his
that.
shoulder
Let
down.
me be salty, asshole.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Touchdown.
I happen to agree.
Shit. Well, you can at least beat him in overtime.
Ding dong. Nope.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells.
Don't give me the name of that kicker. I need to roast them like Cody Parkey.
No, it's okay. He's been done roasted already. They lost the game.
Right. No good.
Yes, this was the
You're
last time
joking,
Stanford was
right?
actually good. I think.
Well, hold on. Was this before or after they had Andrew Luck?
After.
Okay.
Up for sure.
Didn't they have what's his name? Derek Carr?
No, that was San Diego
No.
State. No, shit. Fresno State. Fresno State.
Fresno
He-
State. Fresno
He
State.
went to the same
Yeah.
college as his brother David.
Yep.
Okay. I got my red Californian teams mixed up.
There's a lot of them.
Too many communist
I-
Californian teams.
How?
Wait, what the fuck?
Everyone
Did somebody just do a flip?
Stand.
Oh no, never
How?
mind. That just
Everyone thought you were for real, and yet all it took was fucking Stanford to derail your season. Not USC, not
Keep going.
Washington, Stanford. You only scored 14 points when you normally score 40. I know you are the Ducks, but you just laid the biggest damn egg to date. You not only lost the #1 ranking, but also your spot in the Pac-12 championship. No national title for you. Instead, you get a consolation Fiesta Bowl routing over Kansas State. I would say it got better, but it really didn't. Chip Kelly would fuck off to a failed.
Pause.
enjoy the 1 point safety, sickos.
Indeed. The most sicko safety to ever safety.
Oh.
So, yeah, that was the same season.
If you
Imagine
miss
a
one
z-
pointer.
No, I know this is not real, but imagine a 0-point safety happened. I know that will never happen.
That's just a touchback. That's just a touchback illogical.
Mhm.
Red, I'm not letting you touch my back.
No.
Oh, fucking hell.
Get
By
that
the
dirt
way,
out of your
every
brain,
time you play that
illogical.
clip, I just want to point out the fact that one of those dudes is wearing a hat with a throwback Toronto Blue Jays
Still
logo
here.
on it. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's still here.
Career
All
in the NFL. The mastermind of your offense has taken his talents to South Philly for a mediocre career. Time to meet your new leader, Mark Helfrich.
Ah,
Helfrich
frick.
has you guys firing right out of the gate. Wait a minute, hang on, I misread that. I mean, drunkenly stumbling into a pile of shit. You lost 2
Red, why were you
Arizona and
Red, why
Stanford.
did you describe yourself?
Oh.
Fuck you, illogical.
Wow.
Play the fucking clip.
Play the clip. Play.
And at least there's the Alamo Bowl, right? I mean, it was a rebuild year. You come back with Marcus Mariota and win Oregon's first ever Heisman on the way to the college football playoffs. You get to go to Pasadena and play the defending national champions in Florida State.
okay, full disclosure, I watched this game. This is probably
think I
around the
did-
time where I started watching. So
Yeah,
I
same
remember
here.
I remember
I
this game.
The world watches the
Nope.
debut of the famous Jameis Bakery with Florida State giving up
Famous
59 points
Jameis
to the
What?
Ducks.
Over
Dominant performance is sending you to Dallas.
Gotta get the Wilhelm screen in there. The Wilhelm scream is in full effect.
Fucking
Classic.
shit. Hold on. Run
We need to
that
go
shit
back.
back.
Yeah,
Run
I
that
want.
shit back.
The defending
Hold
national
on.
champions
Hold
in
on.
Florida State.
Run that shit back. So takes the
World
snap,
watches the debut of the famous James Bakery
looking,
when
steps
Florida
over the
State gives up
pocket, looking,
59
turns,
points to the
gets
Ducks.
sacked almost,
A
gets
dominant
sacked,
performance
slips,
is Dallas
throws the football,
and
the ref fucking
Fumble.
eats shit,
the national
and
championship.
then
Pause it. Pause it. Pause it. For the love of Christ, pause it. That sound effect is built into my software by default. It's a royalty-free sound effect from. It's been an inside joke in movies forever. I always just find any excuse I can to put that shit in there. It's such a classic. It's such a classic yell. I love it so much.
The referee falling down was like a red after. It's like red after a night at the bar.
Oh, that's from Star Wars.
Oh,
That's used in Star
No,
Wars.
yeah, it's used in Star Wars, but it's been used well before then
Yeah,
too. Goes all
So
the way
where-
back to the 60s.
What movie did it come from?
There was like a
an
movie.
old Western movie. It was an old Western movie that had it.
Dallas
Yeah.
and to the national championship. You were the clear and obvious favorites. Wait, you play Ohio State again?
I didn't get to watch this game because of
Dramatic.
You know what, Alan?
The timing.
Stop.
Look, I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back. That timing and the dramatic pause. Chef's kiss, that was perfect.
You want to cook
The music stops. The music stops. Nobody's saying anything. Oh my god.
Hang on. I got a good joke for this. The day that Oregon fell in Houston was also the day that ground got cursed.
It was Dallas, actually.
No, this was
Dallas.
No, this was Houston. No,
Dallas. This was in Dallas. This was at AT&T Stadium. Dude, they won it. I know this.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, yeah, shit.
Oh,
I'm an
you're a
idiot.
dumbass. Go pound your head in sand.
Okay, look. Let's just get through this. It's going to be ripping off a Band-Aid really hard and fast for Allen, but
that's what she
damn
said.
it, Vol. God damn it, Vol. God.
What the f was that?
Now we continue.
He laid the biggest of eggs. Third string quarterback Cardale Jones blasts you out of the sky with his 12-gauge shotgun of an arm, and Zeke Elliott enjoys the taste of roasted duck all the way to the end zone. We have discovered the great weakness of the Oregon Ducks. In Pac-12 play, where defense is historically like wet toilet paper, it pays to have an offense that can run out the score in dominant fashion. But the second the Ducks play a school with a top-of-the-line defense, the offense implodes like a badly built submarine.
Pause.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, an OceanGate joke, and I had to. It was on my mind. I said it. That wasn't in the original script. I ad-libbed it. What's funnier than a bunch of billionaires getting reduced to bits? Yeah. What was the problem with Florida State? They lost a ton of their talent to the draft the year prior, and they were not the same team. That's what happened to Florida State.
And then Jameis Winston had, his issues.
The bakery was opening.
He did a Cam Williams. He had a great season, and then won the Heisman, and then he slumped the following year.
So okay, here's a hot take. I wonder how Mariota would have done in Tampa with a top wide receiver and Mike Evans and shit like that. Just imagine.
Oh, were you? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know how that relates in that regard. You could say that it was kind of, they were on their third string because of transfers. The transfer portal wasn't as expensive as it was back then than it is now. That's why. So that's why it's so much different now.
Why is this a clip of Oregon State and Eastern Washington?
Because the subject in our next clip, Mr. Vernon Adams Jr. transferred from Eastern Washington to Oregon because Oregon did not have a quarterback. Play the clip.
He's been quarterback off to the NFL and no competent option at quarterback to replace him. You accept transfer quarterback from the FCS, Vernon Adams.
Pause.
He got injured in.
So there was a sound effect and my software just didn't catch it when it was loading the video.
What was it?
Simple as that. It was a punch, basically like a punch right in the face. And that was it. So there should have been a sound effect there. It's not there, so it's kind of quiet, which is kind of weird, but we move forward.
Now,
Wait. Akbar's losing his mind. No. Florida State got screwed out of the playoffs this season with an undefeated record because apparently they were on their third string. Oh, yeah, that's right, because of the injury to their... Okay, okay. I made a fucking video, but I remember, their top quarterback got his leg snapped in half. Yeah. You remember that? Yeah.
I also want to say time out here. I want to time out here. Hear about Vernon Adams, because you want to know there is a good side to his story recently.
Yeah, he's playing well in the Canadian Football League. We know.
Yeah. Good news. He's with the Lions.
Wait, the Detroit Lions or the BC?
No,
Lions?
BC Lions.
BC. Oh, okay.
What's the bad news?
If I think this out correctly, he was 1 year short of winning a Grey Cup.
By the way, Akbar, to clarify the injury, it wasn't a snapped leg; it was his ankle becoming fucking snapped, which stretched some of the ligaments.
Ankle goes burr. Ankle goes brrr.
It was also dislocated. It was also dislocated, which doesn't help.
Stay tuned for the college football playoff video, Akbar. I have a thing I'm going to go over because of that with precedents and shit that will dive deep into that. But the TLDR version of it right now, as I could say, is whoever the third string quarterback at Florida State was, he was no Cardale Jones.
Yeah, so this team had JT Barrett, Stephen Collier. This is their quarterbacks. Collier, Cardale Jones, Braxton Miller. That was that team.
Yeah, Braxton Miller dislocated his shoulder so bad he was out for the season. JT Barrett was a true freshman quarterback that beat out the other two for the job. He gets hurt in the game against Michigan. Then Cardale Jones, in his first start in the Big Ten championship, comes out and against a really tough defense with Wisconsin, destroys their asses, 59-0. I think they gave Wisconsin a goose egg that night. And then obviously the rest is history. They go on to win the national championship. Causes a big kerfuffle in Columbus the following year because Braxton Miller still had one more year of eligibility left because they redshirted him after the injury. And JT Barrett was a freshman, so he had a three-way quarterback battle going into the next season. And it caused a lot of problems.
I will put the video back on in a second, but can I hold on. Can I just let's just point out all the fucking talent that was on this championship team that has made it to the NFL. Billy Price, Pat Eflin, Jalen Marshall was highlighted, so I'm assuming he made the NFL at some point. Marco Jones, same thing. Taylor Decker, JT Barrett, Cardale Jones, Braxton Miller, Zeke, Curtis fucking Samuel, Jeff Heuerman, Sam Hubbard, Nick Vanette, Noah Brown, Paris Campbell, Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry.
We get the point. I'm a Buckeye fan, and we don't need to belabor the point. I get it.
Lattimore,
they were loaded.
Von Bell,
you are more
Eli. The bird that is Eli Apple, Gary Conley.
Okay,
Malik
Alan.
Booker.
Alan, I'm about to.
Yeah, everyone come back! Woo! Who can stop me? Tell me, who can stop me? What? Yeah! Woo!
I put that because it wasn't so much of a what the fuck moment. It was okay, come on now. We get it.
Let me mention the fact that Joey Bosa, by the way, his dad, John, he's from Keene, New Hampshire, which is half an hour from me.
All right, New Hampshire is the state of champions, yet they don't have a major college football team. How about that?
Yeah, we have the Wildcats in Division 2. Fuck off. Moving on.
Okay.
Division 2, Shemision 2.
What? Shut up.
The only division
Back it up a little. Back it up. Order in the stream. Back it up just a smidge. I want to. All right.
He got injured in his first game, eh? Well, this season's fucked. Back to the Alamo Bowl.
It is even money a second time.
It's that Alamo Bowl.
Do you want me to say what?
You race off to a
even want me to
30
say
nothing
what
lead
happened?
by halftime against TCU. 1 second.
Red, pull the clip, pull the comment from
are we
Billy.
talking about the Alamo Bowl again? Like normal.
Billy,
I get
go
it, it's a
fuck
bowl game,
yourself.
Something happened. What do you mean something happened? Wait, they blow it? Oh, don't tell me this is the one where they. You gotta be fucking kidding. No, come on. You gotta be. Really? Really?
Kohlhauser. Almost like
This
an
is the
option
trip.
style play.
This is tripping OT.
Touchdown.
And Midnight has struck. Runs out of the second round.
Ding dong, ding
Here-
dong.
Thanks. You gave me a hell of a fight, Alan. Great game. All right, let's keep it on the topic now.
Time out. You want to know what's funny?
What?
Guess who resigned before the bowl game?
Oh no. Who
The
resigned?
offensive coordinator. You're going to love the name. Scott
Oh no.
motherfucking Frostbite.
Oh, no.
I say that was probably for the best when we go into 20. Oh wait, nope.
Alan, I need you to get it together, man. Let's get through this. Come on, you can do it, buddy.
He's
Oh my
already
God,
on
he's
the
doing the fucking James Harden celebration.
Get
Fuck off.
it. Let's go. Come on.
And low
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Stepping up. Lockheed throws.
Who's there? You blow it. You blew it who? You blow it bad.
TCU makes the
You blew who?
You blew it bad.
Yes.
You blew it bad.
All right, Illogical, stop raping our ears, please. Fuck.
Okay, time out. Akbar, the reason why I'm calling him Stop Frostbite because his last name is Frost. And guess what he does? He bites the team. I'm saying this because of Nebraska recently, because if you recall,
Yep.
he was the head coach. He frostbit his hands and his coaching job.
He frostbit his hands like Antonio Brown frostbit his feet.
No!
In a fucking cryogenic chamber. With a fucking race.
What the f was that?
It's not even a joke. It fucking happened.
I need a gavel. I need a fucking gavel for you guys. Jesus
the
Christ.
largest comeback in bowl history of wins in overtime. You get no sympathy. Absolutely none. This is up there next to 28-3 in terms of the worst blown leads in football history. The only reason why it is not remembered as much is because you played in the fucking Alamo Bowl, which, ironically enough, is usually completely forgettable. But fuck you and your squad. This will never be forgotten if that means I need to shove this loss down your gizzards every fucking chance I get.
What do you
Pause.
mean by gizzards?
You
What
are-
do you mean by gizzards?
It's a poultry joke.
Yeah.
It's a poultry joke. I don't know what he was referencing, but burn hell. And then 28-3 because who the hell was watching this game? Really? Yeah, who the hell was watching this game unless you were a TCU or Oregon fan?
I was partially watching it actually that night before I went to bed.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know?
So proving my point, only TCU and Oregon fans were watching. I will say, I'm a bit of a design nut. I love that they did the unique end zones for both teams. I loved how those looked.
Yeah,
It
I
was
do
so
too.
unique, but so not worth the time. Let's go.
Oh no.
Once again, target practice for the Pac-12 going 4-8 and giving up nearly 40 points a game. You even lost to fucking Oregon State for God's sake. Complete collapse from the top of the mountain. Helfrich was promptly stoned for his crimes.
Oh yeah, Helfrich ended up being on the Chicago Bears coaching staff at one point in like
Yeah.
recent years. What the fuck? Yep, and I watched that Super Bowl and then went to school the next day and found out from people that they turn it off at halftime. That's why you don't do that. Suck it,
No.
Falcons.
You find a new coach in Willie Taggart who has a cup of coffee going 7-5 before promptly fucking off for Florida State after just one season.
Yeah,
I
that
never
worked out, Seminoles.
I never knew that Oregon was going to be a flyover school.
Fuck off.
You
This
mean a
was
layover.
when they were
I think
Yeah,
you
this
should have
was the
said
worst.
layover
Vegas
because
Bowl.
flyover because Ducks.
Jesus fucking Christ. Can you guys find
Yeah.
a little bit of stability here? You're really starting to lose it. Mario Cristobal picks up
no.
where Taggart left off and leads you to a 9-4 season. You even get a Red Box Bowl win over Michigan State for your efforts.
Red Box
Hey, I remember
Bowl.
watching this game. I was with my mom and my youngest one at my mom's boyfriend's house. I think we had steak that night too, and I cooked it. It was actually really good. Filet mignon, motherfucker. Oh.
Red Box.
NASCAR. Whee!
Yeah, Red Box. Fuckers are
What
going
the fuck
into
was
bankruptcy.
Redbox? I can't remember what it was.
Okay,
It was like a
let me
DVD
get it.
rental.
Redbox was that fucking that red thing that you would see outside stores or convenience stores. Whatever.
Oh
Why
yeah,
would-
DVD
why would-
rental.
Rental DVDs and
video-
games, yeah.
games, yeah, they're going to bankruptcy.
Anyway.
Okay, it's still not great, but you're slowly starting to work your way back up. May have lost to Texas in week
hey,
one and
that's
pissed
Justin
yourself against
Herbert.
Arizona State, but still upset Utah to win the Pac-12 championship. Even better, you would go to Pasadena and win the damn Rose Bowl against Wisconsin. This is turning into a hell of a team. You need
Let's
to be
go,
very
Herbert!
optimistic about what's coming up. 2020 is looking like it's going to be the year of champions in the state of Oregon.
Foreshadowing is a literary device.
Oh boy, what did you do?
Nukes, legalize
Oh.
nuclear bombs.
Oh no.
All
Legal
right, one piece
nuclear
of cake coming up
bombs.
from my favorite cowgirl.
Is it your thumb or mine?
I don't think Alan and the Help have seen this yet, Akbar, so we're not going to fast forward it.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
I've
I
seen
haven't.
it.
I didn't get this far in the video earlier. What am I even watching right now?
Yeah, I gotta understand where the reference is from because I'm not even sure where the hell it's from.
That's smoke.
It's from the Fallout TV series.
God. Oh, gotcha.
And it's so
Legalize-
appropriate.
Legalize nuclear bombs. He's like, well, shit.
Like, nobody in March saw this fucking coming. And it was just like it slowly built, and then suddenly,
And well, shit.
Look, COVID wrecked everything for everyone. Don't feel too special. At first, there was going to be no football at all as the Pac-12 canceled their season in August, yet reversed their decision a month later to allow a 7-game season to begin in November. Everything was completely fucked. You lost to Oregon State for the first time in years, couldn't even sniff at the playoffs because you couldn't smell anything after a case of COVID, and played 6 out of 7 games in total. The only silver lining was Washington had an outbreak of COVID so bad they couldn't field a team for the Pac-12 championship game. And so you got to
I don't
go to
know,
Los
Akbar.
Angeles
I don't
and
know.
play USC and somehow won the goddamn championship. Like I said,
Pause it.
everything was
I'm going to answer Solano real quick over the thing. Hey, Solano, good to have you on the show. Yes, College Football Breakdown is still underdeveloped. It's going to be a 3-hour feature-length film at this point.
Jesus. Let's go.
There is over 17,000 words in the script, and I have
Holy
debated
mother
making it
God.
a multi-part series, but it's going to take
No.
even longer that way. So it's going to come. I am still working on it, but it's also going to take a very long time to complete. So the current plan, and I said this in my community, if you don't know what's going on, just follow my channel on the community tab. I update there pretty frequently. The current plan is we're going to do some pre-season predictions.
Oh,
Me, a logical Canadian, and Red Rubber Duckman, we're gonna tag team together and do some preseason predictions for different conferences
yes, sir.
in August over the course of 2 weeks. And then after that, it's gonna start being like in-season rants. We're gonna be doing live streams of college football games. I'm gonna do my next. I think my next target is honestly gonna be Virginia Tech.
Actually,
And at some point, go ahead.
I was about to ask, do you want me or Alan to hop on when the Ducks face the Buckeyes?
Yeah, we're gonna
Depending
do
on
them.
what time that game is gonna be on, I will try to be on here. If it's on while I'm at work, I can't be here.
It's in October. We have
hoping
plenty of
it's
time to
not gonna
figure
be
that
1
out.
o'clock
But
like
absolutely,
it's
I'm gonna want
hoping
a couple of
that
you
gets back
fuckers
to
with
prime
me.
time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna want a couple of y'all with me. But yeah, basically, long story short, when it's done, it might be closer to the end of the football season because I need a lot of time to finish it. It's gonna be my magnum opus in terms of content. And also, there's no need to release it right now in terms of like a video creation thing because why would I make a national championship video right now when I can release one closer to the actual national championship? Logic.
All right.
All right, let's go. Hope that helps you, Solano. Appreciate you being here.
Congrats, but you were promptly dumpstered in the Fiesta Bowl by Iowa State.
Oh yeah, I remember watching this game. It's a shame that Iowa State's head coach, I forget what his name is, he was looked at as a fucking potential NFL coaching candidate at this time.
Yeah, and you know what?
And then he
This was
stuck
also
Matt Campbell?
Yes. He stuck around and his career has shitted since.
yeah, and this is
They're
also the
taking
same Iowa
shit.
State led by a certain San Francisco 49er quarterback by the name of Brock fucking Purdy.
Big cock Brock.
Well, there you go.
Let's pretend this never happened and move the fuck on, please. All right, with the pandemic in the rearview mirror and being ranked number 3 in the...
Oh, hey, look at this game.
I was so pissed off when we lost this game. I was so pissed.
nation, it's time for the Ducks to...
And he would have been wrong too.
Even beat Ohio State and Columbus and slayed that curse once and for all. Nothing can stop you now, except the wall of fucking trees. You lost this game.
We keep on losing to a bunch of birds and trees at this point.
Damn, Solano, you binged that shit again, man. Thanks. I appreciate your support.
Go. I usually binge that once a week because I actually like it.
Oh, no. San Francisco, no, they wouldn't be as good. Purdy's really good at what he does. You got to have a competent quarterback over there. Even with Christian McCaffrey having a career renaissance, you still got to have a solid quarterback to be the general on that team.
Mm-hmm.
For overtime again. They weren't even ranked this time. They finished second and last in the conference, for fuck's sake. You know what? It's fine. There are plenty of other teams falling above you, and that loss was probably just a fluke. Regroup and win out the rest of the season, and the playoffs should be yours.
Nope.
It's about that.
Oh my God, Utah! Yeah, Utah fucking kicked our asses that season. Oh, I remember watching both games.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you something? I do have the scores up for those two games, unfortunately.
Stanford is Oregon's Alabama. Yeah, thanks, Bob. Why is your last name NC? What are you? A fucking bot?
Nah, come on, be nice. I don't know. I've seen him around, I think.
The double kill by the Mormons. God damn it. I can't even be mad because you're right.
Okay. Timeout.
Double tap.
Unfortunately, for both of those games that happened between Utah's final score on both games was 38.
I know. I watched both games.
I'm saying that for Red's sake.
And for the fans watching, yes. We want to provide context to everybody. Just play this through until the actual end we get to the next season. There's not much else to say here, honestly.
Oh my God.
The pain,
Well,
the pain, the pain, the pain.
Dead, but you can still win the conference title.
How about that?
Not about you, Tom. Frankly, the only thing that happened here is Mario Cristobal fucked off to Miami. Why?
You should not be handing this.
This is what Mario. You lost Mario.
Miami is doing.
Thank
this
you.
stupid.
I need
It
this
was a good call,
after.
though.
Here's Cheney.
I think it was a good call, though.
Georgia Tech has it with 26 seconds left.
It's still the dumbest coaching decision I've seen in the last 15 years.
Didn't he get fired for
yeet.
that? Didn't he get fired for that or something?
You're a
No.
moron, Morty.
Morty, you fucking idiot.
You're serious,
Oh.
idiot, Morty.
You're a fucking idiot, Morty. You stupid fuck, Morty.
Oh boy, here we go with 2022. Otherwise, here we go with game 0, week 0.
Hey, Akbar, buddy, I would calm the OU shit. You guys have won national championships this century.
Yeah, take your boomer sooner ass and go fuck yourself.
Hey, come on, come on. Let's control the salt levels a little
You're
bit. Bring the
more
heat
boomer
down.
than Red is.
Okay, Alan.
Do you need a
buddy.
moment to cool down?
Respectfully,
Do you need a
forget
moment? Do you need a moment to cool down?
Oh, I didn't even follow football then. 3 points is sad. Okay, all right, Alan, I'm going to. Oh, my Lord.
Now entering the firing squad is new head coach Dan Lanning. Coaching transitions are never smooth as you got blasted by Georgia opening week, upset by Washington in November, and upset once more by Oregon fucking State.
And you could have won the Pac-12 got a fucking berth in the fucking championship game if you beat them.
Rub salt in the wound. The Holiday Bowl lifts your spirits, son.
Oh yeah. Okay, so fun little story for this one this game. No. So I went out with my dad out to Wyoming to see my older sister Brianna, who was pregnant with her second kid at the time.
Uh-oh.
When I flew home, my flight with Southwest got canceled, so I had to stay in the airport that night, get a flight late the next day, fly home, and there's a whole other thing there, but I couldn't fucking sleep, so I go on the pad, and this game was on. I'm like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna watch this, and it basically carried me until I got back to Boston. So,
Hey, Bob, the answer is they haven't won a football national championship yet, by the way.
Nope.
The men's championship that makes sense for us that we've gotten was the first March Madness trophy.
Yep.
Got it. And you should have a promising 2023.
Hi, Bo Nix.
So the Pac-12 fell apart like a house of cards after breaking Rule 0. Not getting enough fucking money for a TV deal. Say it with me, kids. Money talks. Bullshit. What? In the middle of the night at somewhere in Las Vegas, you and Washington have a shotgun wedding with the Big Ten to move to their conference starting in 2024. That means this season will be the final season of the Pac-12 as we know it. You got one more chance to make the playoffs before you have to deal with Ohio State and Michigan next year. Not to mention your Heisman caliber quarterback, Bo Nix, is guaranteed to be heading for the NFL. It is now or never. Sadly, it was also now or never for Washington, who, after an absolute war in Seattle, defeated you by a field goal. Tough break, but your spot in the rankings barely changed, and you went on to win out and reach the final Pac-12 championship with a spot in the playoffs at stake against. You lost to Washington again, eh? Fuck it. Take your anger out on Liberty in the Fiesta Bowl.
Pause.
Yep.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley, he was supported by a lot of great coaches and took all the credit, kind of like Chip Kelly. Tell me when I'm telling lies, you know?
All right, CM Punk.
And Bob, this is a great question. This video took me a month to make by itself. Literally, it took me a month. My BCS video took me 2 weeks, but I also wasn't sleeping at all during the night doing that, and it was a really unhealthy way of making videos. But for this one, I took my time, did a lot of work on it, and it took me a month with all the research and everything. There's a couple of screw ups here and there, but yeah, that's a great question. Thanks for asking, Bob. Glad you're here. So, boys, we reached the conclusion of this video. I say let's just play it through, and then we'll each give some final points on the whole thing. So, go ahead, Alan.
What I could say about Oregon is pretty much their history has only improved over time. Yes, I rail hard against the Ducks, and rightfully so. Some of these
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate you, buddy.
Bad. However, there is no denying that the 2024 Oregon Ducks could possibly be the best ever. Let's start with the obvious. Dylan Gabriel transferred from Oklahoma to come to you guys. He's one of the top quarterbacks in college football coming into this season.
Yeah, Akbar, we got your quarterback. Suck it.
And he's a senior.
Stacked with Evan Stewart, Tez Johnson, Trayshawn Holden, and Gary Bryant being the stars in that rotation. For once, you actually have a defense that's worth a damn, getting 34 sacks last season. So what is there to say about Oregon?
I'll come back to this question in a minute, Akbar. It's a great question.
Always been on this cusp of being legendary, being great, yet always finds a way to crash out of the sky at the last possible moment. I think that Dan Lanning has put together a hell of a squad for this upcoming season and could honestly run the table and get top spot in the college football playoffs. But with the 12-team format coming this season, with everything changing in college football, not to mention your schedule includes the likes of Ohio State and Michigan, the defending national champions, it's not going to be an easy road. But if you win out and you go undefeated this season, you'll be damn deserving of a shot at that national championship. But for now, what else is there to say? The O means 0 in the number of national championships.
Up, and here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33,
No, that's it.
We fucking
All right,
scored
boys.
81 points in this game.
Yeah, that was the one where they blew out Portland State massively.
Oh.
All right. Well, that was fun. All right. So I'm going to answer a quick question by Akbar fan before I get final thoughts on the video as a whole. So he asked me, I'm going to straight up say this, Red. It only took me like 3 days at most for me to do my Star Wars Starfighter review. And again, how much stuff did you have to watch for all this? There's the difference. Like, I was going through a whole video game that the playthrough I used only to about the length about the average football game. Okay, I kind of know where you're getting at, Akbar. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of explain this. So this video file, at the end of it, is 30 minutes and change, right? The number of video clips that I pull goes for like, I want to say it's a good 2 or 3 times that length, an hour to an hour and a half of video, currently just sitting, because when I'm making these videos, I don't know which clips until I know roughly what I'm looking for, and I know which clips I want to use. But I usually go more because it's a lot easier to have too much video and then you trim it down than to not have enough, and then you got to go back and you got to re-record and get more, and it just adds time to it. So I would say I probably had to watch a good fucking over the course of the video making process. I recorded about an hour and a half of footage to use only about 30 minutes of it. And then I also probably had to watch twice that amount as well. And also the other reason why it took me so damn long, I have kids. They take a lot of time out of my day. I got 2 of them.
Red is your dad.
I'm a daddy. And
why do you think, if you pay attention to USF content, why do you think USF content's been backed up and he hasn't been doing it? Because he's got a life to live, damn it.
And I've been the one to pick up the slack at this point.
Well, yeah. Well, you had Bama's help for a hot minute, and then he got injured. And
yeah. So long story short is if everything is going perfectly, which life rarely does, I can make a video in a week easily. I can make a 10-minute video within a couple of days to a week max, right? A project like this where I had to take, even though it was already pre-written and I wrote it 5 or 6 years ago on the Our Year in Entry subreddit, I still had to go back and I had to redo all of the research to make sure it was still accurate. I had to then add on to the years that weren't in there originally. And then I also had to do a lot of searching, especially for the earlier versions. It took a lot longer to get footage and pictures for the front half of the video than it did for the back half. The front half took forever because of how old and long ago it was. So, in other words, it depends.
Yeah.
And as I have continued to make content, I definitely believe in quality over quantity. And I'd rather make a banger video that gets 10,000 views than a couple of mediocre videos that get about 500 a pop, right? So I just want to put out the best possible shit that I can for what I'm doing. So I've been a lot more selective. That said, when we get to football season, your classic like shit posting rants that I did last season, they're coming back as events arise. I'm going to be making those because those are real easy. I could bang those out in a night. But there's also going to be other content that I'm making. I upgraded to a new iPhone. So you guys that have been watching for a while already know. But if you don't know, all of my content is made on my cell phone. Like right now, I'm looking at my iPhone Pro 15 Max. It is the latest iPhone that you can get. I upgraded purely so I could have more memory and more control over my videos so I could do better with this content. And this is in the EA video and this video. Well, actually, no, the EA was half on the old phone and then half on the new one. This is the first real video that I did fully on this new phone. And I think you all could tell because it was like the editing process was smoother. It wasn't as buggy. There was very few errors that we noticed, mostly just shit that I could have picked up on. I think it was only like 2 or 3, maybe. Very minor cosmetic, though. So I hope that answers it a little bit. Bob, appreciate you, buddy. Vol, we know you've been trying to help out. We get it. What are your guys' thoughts on the whole thing? We'll start with Alan because he's had a lot to say tonight. Do not summon dumb gamers. Do not. All right. Go ahead, Alan.
Oh, look, he's committing Schadenfreude on ourselves.
Fuck off. It's a great
I'm not wrong, am I?
Fucking pain. You did a great job. The only thing I wish is that I would have remembered to find a part of it, to say something, to throw in there, and just...
Yeah. I regret that we both forgot that, man. That would have been funny, but we'll get there.
Just means eventually, there'll be some sort of collab.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Illogical?
I really enjoyed it. Like, as a casual like myself, it's refreshing to see like a lot more historical content like this because I'm a nerd for that shit. So catching up on a lot of that is, for me at least, entertaining and very insightful. So I really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
It's your turn. The fuck.
I said this in the chat on this. I said it in the stream earlier, or in the text chat for that one, and I think Red might agree with me. We are the eternal Icarus at this point. Our Oregon is the eternal Icarus. I know I'm probably going to get lambasted by a bunch of the Oregon Ducks fan base on the Reddit for saying this if I showed this video. And to be fair, I'm not going to back down from my wording.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I haven't forgotten. Akbar. We need to play the clip. I was mentioned earlier.
Donation drive. Bless you, sir. Every little bit helps. Please donate today.
You know the rules. No soliciting for coaching buyouts on the boss claims floor.
Every team deserves to win a road game this holiday season. Please help us hire a coach that can bring us that road dub.
Have you tried Dollar General?
Dollar General? What?
That's what I call Kevin Sumlin because he's just as good and half the price.
Oh.
Jimbo's Mild Donation Drive.
Oh, absolute! I need some aloe vera for Texas A&M. That burn was brilliant.
I don't think aloe vera will help you out. You need fucking pure ice water.
Aloe vera? Don't you mean aloe vera Tucker of the Jets?
Hey, there we go.
Nice. Nice.
All right,
That
so
was actually pretty good.
well, gentlemen,
Can we go into
it
other-
has been. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Health.
I was about to say, do we want to quickly go into other sports before you want to go into the bullshit?
It's 12:30 in the morning in Ohio. I need to work tomorrow. I think we're good. We've done plenty of
And I
work.
have a lot of shit to write. I am on page 17 of a fucking script I need to write.
Yeah, I got to start making. Okay, so
Jesus
I'm gonna
fucking
give.
Christ, bro.
All right, so if there's anything you guys want to plug real quick for your channels, go ahead, Alan. I'll let you start.
All right. Well, hold on a second. Let me pull this shit the fuck up.
Man's pulling up the numbers.
Shut the fuck up.
Bullshit's absolutely real.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh,
yeah, real
There
quick.
is.
There's nothing on
If
the
Red
screen.
would show it on the fucking screen. There is the YouTube channel. As you can see, these are the stats. These are the numbers. The most
oh my
recent.
gosh, I could do that.
Well, the most recent thing I did, hold on, was this live stream yesterday. I had a shitload of shit to review. Now that I'm back at my dad's, in theory, I'll be able to do more shit. Also, there's this. I'm not gonna play it, but you know,
Critic,
there's this.
I unfortunately want to say that is officially the most panned episode. But it's good.
Anything else, Alan?
Not really.
All right. Health. I'll let you go next, buddy. What do you want to plug?
All right, Kurzov actually said it on thing tomorrow on my Twitch before I have to do ball hockey. Apparently, USF shit show. We're doing we're gonna do Wilds, but after that, I'm not gonna do the week after when we go into quarters, but I am gonna hop back on when we do the semis. Just a heads up. Other than that, we're gonna try and do something interesting when we get to doing. Anyways, I think Toad and I are going to also work on the USF of Haters Guide when we get there. Apart from that, and apart from that, I don't fully know. But if you want to check out the stuff that I usually do on my own spare time as well, I might as well do some stuff. But apart from that, check out the TSD on some of our old episodes too, just in case.
Illogical?
Next season. More
Well, I'm putting something on the screen right now. If you want to go ahead and show it.
Sure. Let me pull that up real fast.
Yeah, just go right ahead. This is a bit of a snippet of what I'm working on right now. You know, it's just all 13 fucking sections.
Jesus.
Which section are you on right now?
I am on.
He's writing a book.
I'm nearing the end of this.
He's writing a dictionary.
Oh.
Look at all of this shit.
Dude, you're gonna have to do every section as its own video.
Hey, Bob, go check it out. It's already on my YouTube channel. It's an hour and a half long. Enjoy.
And then, like Tom Grossi with the sagas, you're gonna have to do a massive ass supercut of just putting everything together when you're all done. after
Oh my
everything's
God.
been uploaded.
Look at this is page 17. This is the start of page 17. Dude, listen,
So,
okay?
Helv is
Yeah.
writing a book about the history of the NFL. He's going to put on YouTube. And
Helv!
good lord,
Fuck!
sorry, illogical. I was thinking of Helv because of Kurzov's last message. My bad.
Motherfucker, do I look like some tits having motherfucker from Western Canada?
God damn it! Order in the fucking stream.
What the f was that?
Quite. We still have someone to do that you probably might
yeah.
do.
But yeah, like Red said earlier, I'm working on me, Red, and Doug will be doing a collaborative thing involving the preview for college football conferences.
Yep.
We're
gonna start.
Are we allowed to reveal which conferences we're doing, or are we just gonna leave that as a little mystery?
We're gonna surprise everybody. Still, I think we're gonna be doing. So me, Illogical, and our good friend of the channel, Red Rubber Duckwind. We're each gonna take on 3 of the major conferences or college football conferences, and we are gonna each do season previews on our channel. There was no way in hell I was gonna do every single one by myself in a month. That would have been hell on earth.
No, that would not have been pretty.
No, that would not have been fun, and it would have been bad, and it would have been sloppy, and I definitely didn't want to do that. So we're breaking up the work. Everybody's going to touch on it a little bit. We're all going to share it between each other's channels, so it'll be real easy to see when they come out. And that'll be something that's going to be starting up in about a week and a half. I think we agreed to the schedule.
August 5th, I believe, was the first day.
Yep. So
and
on August 5th,
actually next Monday because Monday.
Next Monday, I'll go ahead and announce this. I'm going to do my Sun Belt Conference preview, and I've already been. I think Alan saw me reading up. Good old Athlon Sports. Been getting this magazine ever since I was a kid. Reading up and getting a full preview on college football for the upcoming season. But I am spending a good amount of time right now about the Sun Belt, and App State looks really good this season. I'm just going to say that right now. We'll leave the rest for the rest of the video. So. As for me,
hey, Helv, when's the sports disaster coming back?
It's been gone for a while. We'll probably do. You know what? We'll probably do a round on this upcoming Tuesday just to be safe, if everyone agrees with it.
I mean, I to do, so fuck it. Why not?
Yeah.
Couple of things I do want to mention. So, first off, like I said, we got that coming up. Like I mentioned, my next video, I've decided on it during this stream. I am going to go ahead and my next video essay is going to be roasting Virginia Tech. I've made that decision. It's official. It's canon. We're doing the Virginia Tech roast. They deserve it. They fucking deserve it. Michael Vick is going to get torn to shreds.
What do you mean? Virginia Tech comes out to Enter Sandman, bruh.
Yep, and that's the only thing
they should be sleeping on that
them.
sand too.
All right. Another thing, and Vol Bill's been bugging me about it in the chat, and I do remember it, Vol. On August 15th, Vol, Bill, and I are going to be doing a stream previewing college football as well on August 15th, just talking about it and just shooting the shit about the upcoming season. So look out for that on Vol Bill's channel. I'm going to be look for Vol Bill 99 on YouTube. We'll be teaming up on August 15th to go over that, and that's going to be awesome. That'll be at the tail end of our 3-way collaborative between me, Duck, and Illogical. So we'll already have the majority of our shit out, and it's going to be pretty well know where our opinions lie. That's going to come out, I think, 2 days before the last video, actually. So that'll be fun to look at. Thanks for the reminder, Vol. Appreciate you doing that. And then, like I said, I also released this a schedule for videos that I am going for games that I'm going to be live streaming and watching live. Our first weekend of college football we are now officially 30 days away because week 0 is going to start on August 29th, Thursday. And we are now 1 month away from college football being back. So it is fucking go time on this channel. We are going to be nonstop, wall-to-wall college football coverage. And I am so damn happy. And I'm so excited to do it. So, and then, like I said earlier in the stream, and I'll say it again, the college football playoff video will come. It will be here, but Lord Almighty, it's going to take me a long time and a lot of work, and I am not going to get that out in a short time period. I know I wanted to get it out during the off season. It's not happening. It's okay. It'll be done when it's done, and I'd rather, like I said, make good shit that's of good quality that everybody enjoys and grows the channel and gets more fuckers in here because I do enjoy doing this for you guys. Than half-assing it, because if I half-ass it, I'm letting down everybody that's ever donated money to this channel and these guys that have supported me and have been by my side throughout the whole thing. Can't thank you all enough. And I want to really thank Alan, Helv, and Illogical for joining me last minute tonight. I didn't think that I was going to get that Oregon video out on time tonight. I did. I messaged these guys like at 90 minutes before, right before the video uploaded. They all showed up. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you guys for your support. Really enjoy it. And that's going to be it. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up with one final clip. Well, obviously, right now we got the Summer Olympics going on in Paris, and I've been enjoying it. And so we are going to wrap up the stream with a quick few minutes of the national anthems of Paris, Greece, the original nation of the Olympics, and the Olympic anthem. And then we're going to sign off. Thank you guys for being here. We'll catch you all next time we upload a video. And yeah, thank you all. Appreciate you. Gonna end the stream. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You son of a bitch. Oh. Okay, look.
Say his name and he donates.
I believe in dumb gamers.
I
I believe in dumb gamers.
I am always going to be grateful, dumb gamers, but man, you're really not helping me with these sugar daddy allegations. Jesus fucking Christ.
You're never beating those. You're never beating those.
That's how you end a fucking live stream.
I wanted to end the stream and go to bed. I gotta work tomorrow. I'm so happy that Dumb Gamers gives me money, but motherfucker, it makes me feel like I'm gonna owe him down the road, and he's gonna just try to take over my life.
Well, he's
I'm gonna have to
fan. He's an Astros fan. So when the Reds get good and they finally get back to the World Series, hopefully with Ellie De La Cruz, and then get their asses kicked by the Astros, there you go.
Man, I wanted to end the stream, gamers, but you just jumped right on in. I'm so grateful. I know my mic was hot and you heard me kind of like, God fucking damn it, gamers. I wanted to go to bed. I wanted to end the stream. I wanted to go to bed. But I do appreciate, yeah, I know. Yeah, we're still going, Akbar, because gamers fucking donated money to me. And I don't want to be a dick.
He donates.
I kind of was a dick on the hot mics. I was like, God damn it, gamers. I wanted to end the stream. But I am grateful, you know. I'm always grateful to Dumb Gamers because he has literally supported this channel. He's the reason we got a capture card from Elgato. He's the reason that he's one of the reasons that I was able to start getting monetized, honestly. I'm gonna have to name. God damn it, Illogical, stop it. Fucking stop it. Stop it. Just stop. Just stop. No, I'm not a piggy bank. Just stop.
How's another 5 sound?
Sounds like another 5, I guess. So okay, that makes it 10 tonight. This is not okay. I'll make a quick the question then. Favorite USF moment? Oh. I thought we ended 2, Bob, and then Dumb Gamers just came in and just continues to pound these sugar daddy allegations. This dude's probably donated like $500 total to me now, and I'm getting really fucking. Oh, I can't keep defending myself. Favorite USF moment?
Watch. I was going to donate another 5.
It has to be when I won season 7's championship. That's my favorite.
And there it is! USF. I fucking got it too!
I am not worth the money you all are donating.
Yes, you are, motherfucker.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
You are
worth it. Shut up.
You are worth it.
Not worthy. I'm not worth it.
You are worthy. You are worthy.
Watch, Helva's next.
You are
I'm
worthy.
fucking calling it right now.
Hell, Canadian doesn't translate to USD. I hate to tell you. Maybe I can't accept money in maple syrup. I'm sorry. Thank you to Dumb Gamers and to Illogical and to Alan for donating $5 a piece to this stream right at the death. Only because somebody summoned Dumb Gamers in here.
It was Billy.
It was fucking Billy.
Say his name and he donates.
Oh my fucking god, no! Oh my fucking god, no! I don't know make sure what he's thinking, right? Sugar daddy.
hear 15? Do I hear 15? It's not coming from me, but
it's not coming from me either. I gave Red his monthly paycheck for the fantasy football.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
What's up?
What in the hell?
Oh, I've already screenshotted that too. I'm sending that on the USF server now.
Y'all need to stop giving me money.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Y'all need to stop.
Take-
This is
Take
too
this
much.
money, shove it up your ass.
No, I'm good. That's taking Sugar Daddy a little too literal.
I mean,
You said it, not me.
Red Sugar Daddy Enterprises. That sounds like
Okay,
a soda.
can we?
That sounds like a soda company.
Okay, am I? Are we good to end the stream? Are you
Oh, yeah,
fuckers gonna pull some bullshit?
I don't know.
Okay.
Are we getting more?
Okay, are you fucker? I want to go to bed. I want to go to bed. Okay, you're done. Alan, you're done. Okay,
I'm good.
he's done.
I'm good.
He's there. We're all done. Okay. I appreciate the money. It all gets reinvested into the channel. Thank you so much for
give it to your kids. That's all I want you to do.
What?
I want you to give it to your kids. I just want you to give it to your kids.
Okay. I'll go buy some ice cream. How's that?
There you go. There you go.
I'll get them some ice cream.
There you go.
Oh my God! Jesus Christ!
Finish it! Finish it!
God damn. Oh, damn. Okay, that's too funny. That's too funny. That's too fucking funny. Too funny.
Helvetica, you can just leave at any time now. You know that, right?
I still want to finish the video. That's the problem.
Oh my God. That is
And if
so
I
fucking
leave, then the
funny.
video won't get fully played.
I will find a way to repay you, dumb gamers, in some way, shape, or form. I will find a way. I sincerely thank you. I do not deserve it.
Yes,
but
you
thank
do.
you. Stop. I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't. I
Yes,
hope
you do.
my attitude of being slight. I know I'm coming off as maybe a little annoyed, but it's because I'm not good at accepting money. So that's all. And we please get back on the horse. The horse is going in the barn. The horse is going in the barn. We're going to bed. All right. We're done. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. It's been nearly 3 hours. We played through most of the national anthems. I'm not going to finish the Olympic anthem. So there we go. Thank you all. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Good night.